Well, at least this time I'm more prepared than usual. Hello there. What's up, Julian? You're already here? Streamer ignoring. No, not ignoring. I was just busy preparing everything. I have an idea. What's the idea, Julian? What's the idea? No, knowing you, and nothing good for me. Well, are you going to fuck around? I fucking dare you. Seriously, feet? Fucking Joker. Okay, give me a minute. I need to do something. What's up, Julian? Okay, now it's done. Today we are doing reaction stuff. Reaction shit. And let's start reacting immediately. I played WoW today. Oh, how was it? Hello. Oh, hello. 50k. Don't spoiler. Don't worry, I won't. I don't remember the plot myself. Okay, let's let's start reacting to some shit. And the first reaction will be the destruction of my own fucking my tongue. The destruction of my own childhood for science. Well, I didn't play much, but I would like to continue it. That's good. Okay, let's start out. Video by Casual Geographic. Holy fuck, the amount of likes. 128k, that's a lot. Okay, let's start.
Remember that time Disney made a kids movie where a man's wife and children get violently ripped off the census and his only remaining son is left physically disabled? Only for that same son to get kidnapped by a trafficker, and now the father has to travel hundreds of miles across predator-populated hoods with only the help of a severely mentally handicapped woman. Yeah, fine.
The plot of Finding Nemo. Fucking hell.
Finding Nemo is crazy. I'm gonna destroy a severely
Wait.
mentally handicapped woman. Yeah, Finding Nemo is crazy. I'm
Yes.
gonna destroy your favorite movie with science, and here's a challenge. Take a shot, or a hit, cause 420. Every time a main character should have become a chalk outline. Your grandkids will be an AA at the end. So it starts with a barracuda clapping virtually Nemo's entire bloodline, and here's where we get our first problem.
What?
Barracuda don't eat clownfish or their eggs, but you know who do? Clownfish themselves.
Fucking excuse me? One more time.
The main character should have become a chalk outline. Your grandkids will be an AA at the end.
You know what? I won't be taking a shot, but I will take in a sip of White Monster. And it will be more often.
So it starts with a barracuda clapping virtually Nemo's entire bloodline, and here's where we get our first problem. Barracuda don't eat clownfish or their eggs, but you know who do? Clownfish themselves.
Australian Federal Police.
Clownfish have been known to spawn, kill,
What a
and
mugshot.
eat their own eggs, so Nemo's mother would have been infinitely more of a threat to him than any barracuda could have been. Now, to
Holy
be fair,
fuck.
if you ask the clownfish how they like their eggs, they'd probably say unfertilized, because those and damaged ones are the ones they'd usually eat, i.e. the ones that wouldn't.
Actually, considering Nemo's eggs was damaged, Marlin would have been the one to eat him. Fuck.
Make it anyway. But that goes against my narrative, so I'm gonna disregard it. The other elephant to address is how clownfish breed. Clownfish are sequential
What?
hermaphrodites, where every clownfish is born a male, and the biggest, most him male will transition into a female.
Wait, what was
where every
text?
clownfish is born a male, and the biggest, most
My time has come.
him male will transition into a female when the opportunity arises. Such an opportunity is breed. Clownfish are
One more time. My fucking brain.
sequential hermaphrodites, where every clownfish is born a male, and the biggest, most him male will transition into a female when the opportunity arises. Such
Fucking. Oh, alright.
an opportunity would be if a hypothetical barracuda took the alpha female on a dinner date with Batman's parents. That void would get filled by the biggest male clownfish in the area, and his spot would get filled by the second biggest male, and the two would proceed to mate with each other. And since the
What was the
his spot
note?
would get filled by the second biggest male, and the two would proceed to mate with each
Clownfish don't technically mate, but you know, narrative. The narrative already killing me.
other. And
So
since the
whatever.
only clownfish we see in the entire movie are father and son, I'll let you fill in those dots. Clownfish aren't the only fish that switch teams. The Asian
Hold
took
up,
the alpha
what?
female on a dinner date with Batman's parents. That void would get filled by the biggest male clownfish in the area, and his spot would get filled by the second biggest male, and the two would proceed to mate with each other. And since the only clownfish we see in the entire movie are father and son, I'll let you fill in those dots.
They would mate with each other? What? Are you fucking crazy? What the hell, man? Incest combined with Holy fuck.
Clownfish aren't the only fish that switch teams. The Asian sheepshead wrasse does the same, but in reverse. They go from female to male.
Huh.
Although with a face for radio, you will not see them on a movie poster. If
So they will go out a pecker. Well, how creative.
Nemo and Marlin having the worst form of family therapy wasn't bad enough. There's a good chance Nemo wasn't ever even alive. What if I told
What?
you Nemo means no one in Latin? Which means the movie
Alright.
title makes the theory that Marlin married Itachi suddenly gained legs. He also could have been named after Captain Nemo from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
What?
But that goes against my narrative, so I'm gonna disregard it. It's easy for facts to get lost in favor of a better story, and if you don't know where to look, you'd have no way of knowing. Like, you may have heard that the administration started putting tariffs on penguins. Now, personally,
yeah, I heard that. Fucking why?
I think it's been time those business chickens ponied up. They've had tariffs on
Wait,
penguins.
what?
Now, personally, I think it's been time those business chickens ponied up. They've had it too good for too long. But I gotta pretend to be
Yeah.
partial. So that's why I'm working with Ground News. Ground News is an app and website developed by a former NASA engineer who did not like the way she'd seen information be used as a weapon and how news outlets
You know what? We will see the ad because casuals don't need funny.
tend to prey on their users' biases. And remember, if you think you're immune to bias, then you're exactly who they're looking for. But Ground News counters
I
that
know
by
it.
grabbing all the world's headlines in one place, so you get the luxury of comparing coverage. There's no tunnel vision here. With Ground News, you can get the full picture and truly be informed. Like with the whole penguin taxation. Here you can see it was covered by 435 sources, and in terms of bias distribution, 36% were relatively center, with 40 and 24% left and right leaning respectively.
BBC Center? You serious? BBC is pretty much on the same side as MNSPC or whatever their name is. APXC, how was your day? My day was fine. You know, a short job day, 7 hours a day, kilo on a Friday, and then I took a fucking power nap.
You can also see that 82% of sources were marked as highly factual.
CNN on the highly factual, The Sun on the highly factual, CNBC on highly factual. Are you fucking stupid? I'm sorry, but those three are fucking... Those are not highly factual at all. Wait, PBS and CNN on the very highly with this one? Are you fucking joking with me right now? What the fuck? Those three have the most bias and the most the most non-credible sources. Wait, is that CBS too? And is that New York Times? They are all propaganda machines. What the fuck, man? What the fuck?
Not too bad. And additionally, with the comparison feature, you can see that left literature mocked the policy for placing 10% imposts on islands only populated by penguins and pinnipeds, and right writers defended the tariffs, highlighting benefits and even a possible boon for the economy, as the overall tariffs have raised US duty imports to the highest seen in a century.
Hold up a minute. Only the islands that have penguins? But those areas are like they don't have people, right? So why the fuck would you put tariffs on there if there's nobody populating there, except for a fucking business suit chicken? Why? I don't get
For the
it.
economy, as the overall tariffs have raised US duty imports to the highest seen in a century. And that's the great thing about Ground News. My penguin prejudice had me convinced I was on the right side of history, but after looking deeper, I don't think this is about penguins at all. Also, the
What?
blind spot feature shifts your crosshairs to stories one side may have left out, such as climate change and non-native species making life veteran difficulty for native fish. So, if you're chronically online and would like Ground News in your toolkit, if you use my link, you'll get 40% off the same $5 a month Vantage plan I'm using. Make sure you go to groundnews.com/casualgeo or use the QR code on screen to subscribe. And until you do, I'm controlling the narrative now. Nemo's mom past tense her progeny, and his father's going Marlin to Marlene as soon as he gets off screen. Alright, so Nemo is going to school, and when we get there, we meet these guys. And I remember, as a kid, I was not sure what Pearl was. Well, she's a young flapjack octopus.
Ew.
They're remarkably adorable in real life. Problem is, if this were real
You know, on the other side, yeah, from high above it will look cute, especially those little ears. But underneath there, no. This is a fucking an average squid.
life, she'd be a lot less cute. The flapjack can be adorable in real life. Well, she's a young flapjack octopus. They're remarkably adorable in real life. Problem is, if this were real life, she'd be a lot less cute. The flapjack can be found in depths as far down as 1,500 meters, or 100 meters short of a mile, or about 3.5 Empire State Buildings.
The Americans will use anything except for the metric system. Of course, fucking.
And since this pink propeller hat can withstand crushing pressure, if she existed where Nemo could see her, she would be turned into disfigured mush. Think about how getting pulled out of their habitat turns a normal-looking blobfish into a deflated, misshapen whale fetus. There's a whole course that got memed. And Pearl being where the sun shines would reduce her to flamingo vomit. Also, at one point, Pearl said,
I just imagined that picture is in my head. Fuck. Oh, how ugly it is.
says this about her arm.
It's actually shorter than all my other tentacles.
Well, octopus usually have one shorter arm called the hectocotylus, and its job is to deliver baby batter directly to the female, and in some
What? Fucking what?
species, it detaches for the female to swim off with like a Costco coitus card. In fact, the bedroom arm might have a mind of its own, since it can swim to the female, and it's believed it can even sense danger. So two things. Pearl's not a girl, and that is an indecency charge.
Fucking... Not just public indecency, that... I think you can call it sexual harassment at this point.
It's not the last time we go down that road either. Now we're gonna ignore the fact that flapjacks don't actually have a hectocotylus, because that goes against my name. So after Nemo sees his first pink slip, we then meet Mr. Ray. Not to be confused with the op of the Irwins, because Steve wouldn't even want that. But also because Mr. Ray is a manta ray, non-venomous and completely harmless.
And they are kinda cute, in my opinion. Like, look at it.
I don't know if they did this on purpose, but they chose arguably the smartest fish in the ocean to be their teacher. Manta rays are considered the most intelligent, with the largest brain-to-body ratio of any fish. The overachieving aquatic placemat is apparently capable of problem solving and advanced communication. They're also self-aware, with more than one occasion of a manta ray checking itself out in a mirror, and they were even caught waving and blowing bubbles at their own reflection. And just for reference, that's not how they'd react to another manta. Some mantas have even been on record asking divers for help removing hooks, so yeah, makes sense this one would have a teaching degree. Anyway, Mr. Ray gives the kids a marine magic carpet ride through the reef. Stop, right there.
What is that?
As a kid, it used to drive me crazy that I didn't know what that was. Years later, I have the answer. Spanish dancer. This Pacific pancake
Spanish dancer, what?
is a nudibranch, aka a type of giant sea slug, and a species known as a Spanish dancer.
Species Hexaprancus. Sanguineous. Blood-colored 6 kills. Okay.
Named after the flowing frills of a flamenco performer. It looks a lot like what SpongeBob got caught watching in 4K, and ironically, sponge is what they eat, and they'll actually steal their toxins for their own use. It's essentially cultural appropriation with poison. They also play for both sides, but unlike clownfish, they're born with both equipment. Now for how they use it, well, sometimes two slugs will donate nativity nectar to each other and head on their way. Some sea slugs have two penile appendages, one for delivering baby batter, and the other to
Shadow! God damn it, man. Will you ever stop with that?
stab their partner through the head to release a substance believed to brainwash the receiver into accepting their love juice while internally rejecting that of a rival. How do Spanish dancers do it? I don't know. I honestly stopped looking because I can only read the words traumatic insemination so many times. Also in the movie, that specific dancer has a name. Canonically, it's Maria. I guess Mario. I guess both. So anyway, you know how the story goes. Eventually they get to the drop-off, the kids start doing the type of shit that got Harambe packed, and Nemo decides he really wants to live up to his name and gets himself kidnapped. His father tries to save him, but gets flashbanged by a camera. And yeah, that's accurate. A camera flash might... His father tries to save him, but gets
What the guy was saying?
flashbanged by a camera. And yeah, that's accurate. A camera flash might not kill a fish, but it's severely disorienting and like a forced factory reset. That's why they say no flash photos in an aquarium. One time a tuna mistook a flash for a fish and proceeded to one-shot itself into the glass in front of several children. One disorienting and like a forced factory reset. That's why they say no flash photos in an aquarium. One time a tuna mistook a flash for a fish and proceeded to one-shot itself into the glass in front of several children. Time a tuna mistook a flash for a fish and proceeded to one-shot itself into the glass.
Holy fuck. I'm eating a kebab right now. Bon appetit. You know. How do you say it in Portuguese, by the way? Or is it not worth it to look at? I think it's not.
In front of several children. So I take it back. I guess it could have murked Marlin if it made him split his skull in a piece of coral. A little while after that, we get to Dory. She's a regal blue tang, and
Her exact species is Paracasaurus hepatus. It's not a Portuguese food. No, I was meaning, how do you say bon appetit in Portuguese?
a species of surgeonfish that gained a lot of clout from the movie. She's also venomous with a caudal spine that extends whenever the fish is stressed.
Is that Dory? Yes. Yes. I am destroying my own childhood with science. From the man.
Meaning Dory has a built-in prison shiv. Not only can it cause severe pain and deep cuts, you're also liable to catch a nasty bacterial infection. That's why they're called surgeonfish. Because they will cut you.
Oh.
Dory would also conceal carry a toxin called Ciguatera, and poisoning can lead to migraines, trouble breathing, and hallucinations. So yeah.
No wonder she was voiced by Ellen DeGeneres.
The beloved Disney character can be a real headache to deal with in real life, although to be fair, I've heard the same said about her voice actor. Not long
What was just saying?
after that, we meet Bruce, and considering he expeditiously kidnaps and essentially escorts them to an underwater white van, he might just be a predator in every sense. But
What?
when we see all three sharks, they swear by vegetarianism. We also see this guy. Remember him, he's gonna be important.
Who
now
is
there
that?
actually are vegetarian sharks. More than half of the bonnethead shark's diet is seagrass. And turns out whale sharks eat a massive amount of green. But considering we're talking about a great white, a hammerhead, and a mako,
Yeah, they are not vegetarians at all. Look at this teeth, man.
the only thing saving a clownfish and a blue tang is they're technically too small to even be worth the effort. Also, when Jaws cries about never knowing his father, it's because many sharks exhibit multiple paternity, where one litter can have several fathers. Shark mommy's womb is
What? God damn.
like a baby batter bouillabaisse, where paternity is like a lottery system. That was really gross. I'm bouillabaisse.
One more time.
One litter can have several fathers. Shark mommy's womb is like a baby batter bouillabaisse, where paternity is like a lottery system. That was really gross. I'm gonna tone it down. But yeah, Bruce has no way of knowing who his father is. But it could be worse. Baby sand tiger sharks will cannibalize their siblings while in utero, and we know that because one time a scientist tried to slide his hand inside a pregnant shark's nookie and almost got his finger bit off. Okay, so later on, Marlin and Dory decide to dive into God's blind spot. Now, ignoring the fact that the pressure should have popped their eyes out and pushed their organs out of their mouths, they nearly get sent to a Tupac concert by
The little paralysis demon of the sea. Nice.
anglerfish. Now, fun fact, if you watch the credits, that anglerfish lives a vorophilic wet dream when it gets swallowed by the little anxiety guppy from earlier. Funny thing is, it'd be the other way around. Anglerfish can distend their jaws and stomach and swallow prey physically bigger than they are. They extend so far that it inspired one man to pleasure himself with a dead anglerfish's stomach, which
What? Fucking excuse me? What the fuck? What the fuck? Turkish. Ah, kebab is a Turkish food. Alright. I thought for a second you knew who's the man who fucked the anglerfish was. Even though I won't be surprised if that was a Turkish man.
which promptly sent him to the hospital. Should have sent him to solitary confinement. That is a hell of a hear me out. The kind that should forfeit your right to human contact. It's not long after that we meet a lot of 90s kids' first introduction to rage bait. If these moonfish were humans in 2025, they'd be kick streamers. The kind that promptly sent him to the hospital.
Hey, the fuck? Sorry.
Remember that time Disney
Fuck, I need to get back to the moment. Give me a second. Here it is.
and swallow prey physically bigger than they are. They extend so far that it inspired one man to pleasure himself with a dead anglerfish's stomach, which promptly sent him to the hospital. Should have sent him to solitary confinement. That is a hell of a hear me out. The kind that should forfeit your right to human contact. It's not long.
Fuck.
After that we meet a lot of 90s kids' first introduction to rage bait. If these moonfish were humans in 2025, they'd be kick streamers. In real life, fish will use this shoaling strategy to intimidate predators using the hive mind method. On a large scale, it's pretty cool. It makes sharks swimming through them look like an Etch-a-Sketch. But when predators
Yeah, it's looking like the fish equivalent of Moses. Sorry.
like tuna gang up on them, it turns the bait ball into a slaughter. Also, just a callback, the reflection of the sunlight off the prey scales is exactly why a camera flash can make a tuna crash. Out that is.
You know that exists a type of fish or jellyfish that is immortal? An immortal jellyfish? Are you about Ludwig? Immortal jellyfish. Toritopsis tochrini. What? Also known as the immortal jellyfish, it is a species of small, biologically immortal jellyfish. What? Biological immortality is a state in which the rate of mortality from senescence is stable or decreasing, thus decoupling it from chronological age. Various unicellular and multicellular species, including some vertebrates, achieve this state either throughout their existence or after living what? Living or after living long enough. A biologically immortal living being can still die from means other than senescence. Give me a second. I will translate it on my phone for a second. SENESCE. CENCE. Ah, so they don't age? Those things don't age. They don't die from age and they can regenerate every part of the body. So they cannot die from natural causes. They are forever young. Forever young, forever drunk. Sorry, Russian memory kicked in. But... Holy fuck. God damn. I studied that a long time ago. Damn. That's a lot. Okay, back to the video.
Now let's talk about Nemo, because Buddy would have really become a no one before he ever saw his dad. Let me tell you about osmosis. No. So
Oh?
diffusion just means molecules will move from one area of high concentration to low concentration, and osmosis is that, but for water. Stay with me now. As a saltwater fish, Nemo would normally have a higher concentration of water inside him than outside, so high to low, water would leave him like his mother left the mortal plane. To
Oh.
avoid meeting her, Nemo would have to take in water while his kidneys work to pump the salt out. But
Yeah, your mod is intelligent. Indeed.
put him in fresh water and the opposite happens. Now the concentration of water would be higher outside Nemo than inside. So high to low, Nemo would get internally waterboarded. So Nemo being flushed in a freshwater sewage plant means he would not make the sequel, as his cells would swell and rupture and he'd get packed up by water poisoning. Also, fun fact, one line in this movie led to the deaths of thousands. You want to guess what it was?
Which
All
one?
drains lead to the ocean, kid.
Just like that, Disney sent countless amounts of pet fish to the gulag. At the
To the ocean.
he led to the deaths of thousands. You want to guess what it was?
All drains lead to the ocean, kid.
Fuck.
Just like that, Disney sent countless amounts of pet fish to the gulag at the hands of dumbass little kids, and if I had fish at the time, I would have been one of them. It also inspired children to set their goldfish free in the wild. Giant Goliath goldfish is why you do not do that. It's
What the fuck was that fish?
a bug-eyed invasive that's basically a nuke to the natural habitat. Goldfish is why you do not do that. It's a bug-eyed invasive that's basically a nuke to the natural habitat. Now, I'm not blaming the movie for this, but their hands aren't clean. The irony is, a movie about letting fish be turned a lot of wild fish into pets and a lot of pet fish into the wild. Anyway, back to the father. Eventually,
Fuck, that statue was so disturbing.
they both get taken by a whale. And oh boy, there is a lot to unpack here. Stay with me now, that was a blue whale. Not only are they the biggest things alive ever, it takes so much energy for them to open their mouths, they only do it when they're guaranteed enough krill calories. Not only that, blue whales take in so much water in the process, we're talking 10,000 gallons or like 200 bathtubs. The effort it takes to carry all that means the blue whale can barely move. So yeah, Bluey would have been physically incapable of carrying them to Sydney. But even if they could, Nemo still would have come out of it an orphan. When blue whales hold all that water, they squeeze that water out with their tongue, and anything not water gets trapped in their baleen. It's how they filter feed, which means our fish friends would have been crushed to death by an 8,000-pound tongue. That's the weight of an elephant. Also,
I'm sorry, but my imagination is fucking wild.
it would have been physically impossible for the whale to shoot them off at Sydney, since the blue whale's mouth does not connect to its blowhole. Also, whales don't shoot water out of their blowholes. It's really just warm whale
What?
lung air meeting cool outside sea air with some mucus, and it smells like a tire factory married the final boss of tonsil stones.
Oh. That's stinky as fuck.
So if smell kills, they would have got a guest pass to fish hell. But ignoring all that, eventually they trade one live Uber for another when a friendly pelican saves them from a flock of hungry seagulls. Seagulls are a feathery antichrist and the spawn of Satan.
You know that clownfish, they all born as males, but at some point of life they turn female. Yeah, Casual was mentioning that in the beginning, that some of them will turn female for family purposes, and if the mom and dad die, and the eggs are there, they are being replaced by another pair. That means Marlin would have been a mom, and Nemo would have to be the new dad. The new dad. Sweet Home Alabama. Du-du-du-du-du-dum.
And they should be afraid of pelicans, since pelicans are documented literally swallowing birds alive. In fact, one of the most traumatizing
I'm sorry, but what the fuck?
documents seeing live Uber for another when a
One more
friendly
time?
pelican saves him from a flock of hungry seagulls. Seagulls are a feathery antichrist and the spawn of Satan. And they should be afraid of pelicans, since pelicans are documented literally swallowing birds alive. In fact, one of the most traumatizing documentaries I watched was where Cape Gannets were nesting on Malgus Island by the thousands, but because of
From a tough tooth to a body, a normal life. From a kicker chat to a tomboy.
overfishing, great white pelicans started pulling up to the nursery. What followed was a bunch of today pterosaurs strolling across the island like a grocery aisle and swallowing any unsupervised chicks alive. Like, you could hear the chicks as they were sliding down their throats, only for the pelicans to fly home just to regurgitate the recently devoured baby birds for their own pelican chicks to eat.
So they take the bird, swallow it, then they puke it out so the children could eat it? Fuck.
So yeah, Nigel might be the real villain here. Now that didn't really have to do with the plot, but I just sat here and overanalyzed a kids movie from 2003 because I have nothing better to do. If this video gets 150,000 likes, I'll do it to another one. You can probably guess which one.
Oh, ooh.
Friendly reminder that I do have a Patreon if you'd like to support me beyond subscribing, but as always, in this economy, don't spend a check on a creator that, let's be honest, really doesn't need it. Only if you want to like buy me lunch or something. Also, I have a book. You should read it. Link all
I should buy this book, seriously. Oh, I will be so fucked up later.
also in description. But that's gonna do it. Drink water, hug your mother, don't dump goldfish, that's for real a problem. My condolences to your
Yeah.
childhood. I will be doing it again, but until then, I'ma see y'all in the next one.
Fuck. I will never be able
Remember
to.
that time Disney
I will never be able to watch Finding Nemo ever again, or Finding Dory, whatever the fuck that was. Fuck. Okay, let's get to the next video. I will just try to forget it. And this is a fresh video by Shoe on Head. Yeah, the new movie, Finding a Job. I already finished that movie. Okay, let's get to the new video by Sean Head, which is These People Are Sick, America's Turning Point. Yeah, it will be, she will be talking about Charlie, obviously. Rest in peace, man. And I think that she will be talking about how the media was reacting to it, the disgusting just celebrations of people who were just... Let me rephrase it. She will be talking about how disgusting are the people who are celebrating it, how the left is just morally bankrupt, and etc. Movie 2, Finding a Better Job. Watching it will take a few years. Whatever. Let's start watching.
On September 10th, Charlie Kirk was giving a talk at Utah Valley University, and out of nowhere, he was shot dead, live, in front of a bunch of college kids, in front of his wife, and his 2 children. And I don't think the country is ever going to be the same. Not only because...
Not just the country, the world will never be the same. Because you can say whatever you want about Charlie, but his death affected everyone. Not death, sorry. His murder has affected everyone in the world. Those who knew him, those who just watched him, those who even didn't knew him, but after assassination, watched who he was. Everyone were affected. And if you say you weren't, and you still thinking about, oh, damn, you were affected. Believe me. Movie 3, Finding a Girlfriend. I will be dead before I finish that movie, man. What the fuck? Okay, back to the video and respect to the girl.
Of this horrific tragedy, but because of everything that followed. The dark, disturbing realization that we may not be on the same page as our coworkers, classmates, friends, neighbors, doctors, when it comes to the issue of murder. I was crashing out on Twitter a few days ago, just stream of consciousness.
Rip Kirk, good guy. Yeah, he was just a nice guy. I mean, he was just an activist. How do I phrase that? I have no way of phrase that, but yeah, he was a good guy. He was a nice guy. I don't have anything really bad to say about him. Did he say some fucked up shit once in a while? Sure, he did. All of us do. But does he means he was a bad guy because of one phrase, one sentence? Heck no. All of us will sleep at some point. Or, to be exact, fuck up at some point. Charlie, he was stable almost all the time. He was just a nice guy.
Posting about it with run-on sentences and everything. 4 days later, I have a clearer head, but I still feel the exact same way. So we are going to talk about what happened, we're going to talk about the aftermath, and then we're going to get a little personal, because frankly, I don't see the country the same anymore, and I know a lot of you feel the exact same way, so we're going to talk about it after we talk about everything else.
I will be honest, I think the entire world will not be the same, like, after the assassination happened, I will be honest, I was thinking about Charlie the entire fucking week. About the aftermath and about the disgusting people who celebrated his death. I watched the news that related to Charlie and his assassination and the aftermath every fucking day. And it's just... the world is fucked up.
Charlie Kirk was not a healthcare CEO, he was not a powerful politician, and let me be 100% clear, I'm not saying this to say that it's okay when those people are murdered.
No, it's not. Like, the best thing, if they corrupt as fuck, fire them, jail them, but don't assassinate them.
Point is that those are positions of power that most people cannot relate to. Like, the average person is just so far removed from that world. But I think what happened to Charlie is hitting differently because, like I said on Twitter, he was just a fucking guy.
Yeah.
He was a fucking podcaster. He was a guy who talked about politics. He was a guy who had conservative beliefs. Not every...
For example, imagine if Asmongold was swatted or assassinated just because of what he was saying. A guy who barely leaves his house, who just a Twitch streamer, and just a talking head. I'm sorry, but it would have the same effect on all of us, including me. So yeah, it would be the same.
Everyone knows a billionaire CEO or a powerful politician, but they do know somebody with conservative beliefs. They know somebody who holds some or many of Charlie Kirk's opinions. Because despite what people in their little bubble believe, his core ideology and what he believed is the same shit like your conservative boomer uncle on Facebook posts. You can only disagree with this if you are unfamiliar with Charlie Kirk, or you are unfamiliar with the many different branches and different ideologies of the right wing. Now, don't get me wrong, Charlie Kirk had many bad takes over the years. Like, for example, the two most popular quotes I see people posting are the one where he advocated for stoning gays and black women are too stupid to be pilots. But guess what? Both those things, the two most popular quotes people
Weren't they taken out of context?
are posting to justify this guy being murdered, are out of context.
Yep.
But idiots like Stephen King ran with it, then later had to apologize for spreading misinformation about a dead man. These people will build a straw man of you in their minds. They get so fucking mad about it that they celebrate the real you dying. Horrifying. But more importantly, even if everything was in context, who cares? Oh, he said this, oh, he said this. I don't care. There are many things he said that I disagree with. There are many things he said that I think are bad. Who cares? It is just a fact that nothing he said warranted his life being taken away. This is America. We have freedom of speech here. Unless you criticize a certain country, but for the most part.
Which exact country? I'm sorry, which one? I'm just interested. Which country is it? Canada? Mexico? Whatever.
We have freedom of speech here. So after detaining not just one wrong guy, but two wrong guys, the FBI finally got the shooter. Only because his own father turned him in. I guess they were just too fucking busy not releasing the Epstein files to catch a political assassin. It was this ass demon, Tyler Robinson, 22 years old, another irony-poisoned Reddit shooter who wrote a bunch of memes on the bullets, including "Hey fascist catch" and
notices bulges, capital OWO.
What the fuck?
What's this question mark?
What?
I fucking hate it here.
Also, I'm not sure if she will mention it. There was also a third bullet that had an engraving. Bella Ciao. Bella Ciao is an Italian song that was basically celebrating anti-fascism. Put two and two together.
A lot of people were saying that the shooter was a groyper, which is a far-right fan of the streamer Nick Fuentes. And I have no fucking idea where that came from. I'm gonna be so honest.
I never heard that one either.
I have seen no actual proof of this. And it doesn't make sense because someone further right than Charlie Kirk wouldn't call Charlie Kirk a fascist. And they wouldn't say he was hateful. Their proof is that the shooter once dressed up like the Slav Squad.
I'm sorry, this is fucked up, but why? Why the fuck would he dressed up as a Gopnik?
From 2012. And they also found a separate meme of Pepe the Frog dressed like the Slav Squat meme. Therefore, the shooter is a groyper. That is like seeing a photo of the shooter dressed like a clown, and then seeing this image of Pepe the Frog dressed like a clown, and then being like groyper confirmed. What is the connection? The shooter didn't even post the Pepe image. Like, where did the Pepe even come from? Just a bunch of liberal boomers not understanding memes. The other thing I saw was the shooter had Republican parents, and therefore the shooter must be
Republican conservative parents, but who was the person who was saying that? Destiny, right? Destiny. Destiny was saying that the shooter had Republican parents, therefore he is Republican. Destiny's parents are conservative Republicans, and Destiny himself is a brain-dead, retarded leftist libtard who has went insane because of Zude being a cuckold. Imagine that, Destiny!
Republican, which is just funny because we all see what these people say about their Republican parents every Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see. It's September 14th when I am recording this, so maybe
5 days ago, but I'm pretty sure she will add some more stuff.
more things will come out. Editor Shoe here, more things came out. Definitely not a groyper. At the end of
Wait.
things will come out. Editor Shoe here, more things came out. Definitely not a groyper.
Yep.
At the end of the day, he could have every single one of my or your opinions. It ultimately doesn't matter. One person may have pulled the trigger, but then we saw the reaction of many.
Yes. Fuck this bitch. Fuck her in particular.
We think that Charlie Kirk just got shot in the neck. Hey, ooh, ah.
You fucking celebrate that.
I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always.
You know they will face ID you. What's the point of changing your voice if they will face ID you? Fucking idiot.
Right.
Yo, they got Charlie Kirk, bro. I've never been happier.
Never believe the reason I'm smiling.
Satan nose ring.
And it has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk.
Also, fucking ugly haircut. Look at this
Believe
shit.
the reason I'm smiling. And it has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. Nothing to do with.
I would say pour one out for Kirky boy, but I don't waste good
Ew.
beer on little bitches.
Rest in peace, bozo!
Charlie Kirk just got put down like a fuck.
Your hair is ugly as fuck. What is that neon yellow just color paint? What the fuck? Paint your hair back to the original paint, or even better, go fucking bald, because you look like a fucking woman, like a bitch.
Fucking dog in Utah.
I do not, and I will not ever feel bad when bad people get what the fuck they deserve.
I just heard that someone shot Charlie Kirk?
Fucking ugly people.
Thoughts and prayers.
Oh no, someone shot Charlie Kirk. Look, I don't know who needs to hear this today, but that's how you pick up a woman.
What? Trans community seen the news today. You know that the shooter's partner was trans, right? Also, dude, do not ever put Dr. House on a trans flag, you fucking piece of shit. This is a war crime.
Heard someone got shot today. I had a tummy ache this morning. Stay alive out there.
The sympathy for Charlie Kirk is f***ing weird. You don't have to like.
The weird. Wait a minute. What was he saying?
Stay alive out there.
The sympathy for Charlie Kirk is f***ing weird.
What is fucking weird is your cross dressing. Go back to the closet, put up a proper shirt, a proper haircut, and a proper fucking pants, and then we will talk.
You don't have to like violence, but I'm confused as to how you thought the revolution was gonna be
Also, tear off those earrings off your ears. They're making you look like a fucking bitch.
magically bloodless.
I've been saying we need to bring back political assassinations. I don't feel bad, and I don't think that everyone deserves the right to free speech. I think some people should be afraid to express their opinion in public.
You fucking serious? Fuck. They have no idea what the fuck they are doing.
I didn't like what he said, and I didn't like his opinions, and I don't really give a shit that he's dead.
The best part of this whole goddamn thing is that he is not martyr material, so his death will mean nothing.
Are you sure about that? I can go and pull out a video of protest in Britain in the name of Charlie Kirk. Protest in Britain. In Britain for Charlie Kirk. Mm-hmm. Here, look at that. Over 100,000 march in London anti-immigration rally with Israeli flags and Charlie Kirk tributes. I think those are the protests that were organized by Tommy Robinson, who is a British anti-immigration activist, I think. I think he said it was like 3 million people in Britain, and I think Shu will show a few videos that proved this bitch wrong. By the way, put your hair the right way, girl.
It will activate no one. It will impact few.
Get ready for a surprise.
There are a lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
Girl, if today Hassan fucking Piker was assassinated in his own house, I would feel bad for him. Because as much as I hate the guy, I do not think that he ever deserved to die. I think he deserved to be either jailed or just deported. That's it. No violence is needed.
Charlie Kirk just got shot.
Just disgusting
I saw the video
people.
before they even put out the confirmation. There was no chance.
What the fuck are you? Fucking cross-dressing SpongeBob teeth looking ass. What the fuck are you? Your teeth looking worse than mine. And that's saying something.
That he made it through that. This wasn't the one we were hoping for, but a welcome surprise nonetheless.
I'm surprised that y'all didn't get rid of him sooner. And I'm surprised that you guys aren't getting rid of more people.
Don't let it stop with Charlie. Are you fucking These people are retarded.
Like, don't stop with him. Don't let him be the end dog. Get rid of them all. His wife deserves to go too. Y'all keep on talking about his wife and kids.
What?
They need to go too because they're carrying on that mentality and that lineage. Like, get rid of the whole family. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I think that piercing on the lip gave you brain damage, girl. What the fuck are you talking about?
Why did you guys stop with him?
There were thousands of videos like that. Some of these people posting with their full names and faces, with hundreds and thousands of likes. Thousands of tweets celebrating it, with 500,000 likes. And it's important to remember that all of those likes are a real person. Millions of people in this country apparently believe the acceptable response to speech they don't like is murder. This wasn't just a bunch of fringe blue hair SJWs or whatever. They were teachers, professors, doctors, HR workers, healthcare workers, nurses, pediatricians, people who work with kids, people's classmates, roommates. They are teachers showing our children the gore.
Yeah, this news, that was... What the fuck? That was in the last video of HLC? What the fuck was that? Who the fuck? From what I understand, in Canada, they don't go through background checks for teachers. What the fuck is that? If you are going to be a teacher, they should do a fucking background check on your ass in order to see if you're a sane person to be a doctor or not. Fuck.
Every horrifying video of Charlie's murder on repeat. The hippy dippy in this house we believe shitlib mask was ripped off, and underneath was nothing but psychopathic bloodlust. I have seen people on the right celebrate the death of people they disagree with. I've seen it. I remember Heather Heyer in 2017. But I also remember the whole internet, left and right, coming together to disavow and mock the few dozen people from Stormfront who were celebrating her death. This is different. It's never
Yeah.
been like this before. It's never been this much. It's never been this brazen. Normal people have to log into like an alternate Twitter account where they can post their more unorthodox opinions. And these people are out here, full face, full name, like, hell yeah, murder. What? The smug,
The fuck. Just finishing your sentence,
the
sorry.
confidence these people have to be openly sociopathic with their full name and face because they live under the pathetic delusion of being on the right side of history.
And they also believe that they are fucking invincible, that they can live without any consequences. They need a lesson. They need a fucking lesson. Not a violent one, but... How about losing a job?
Needs to end. They will blame you for your death because words are violence. Words are violence, so them killing you is just self-defense. That's why they're using Kyle Rittenhouse as some kind of gotcha. Oh,
Seriously,
defense.
Kyle
That's why
Rittenhouse? If glorifying political violence is bad, why did you all make Kyle Rittenhouse a celebrity? Kyle Rittenhouse was literally protecting himself from 3 people who were going to kill him. One of them being a fucking pedophile, as turned out later. He was shooting at them only when one of the guys pointed a gun at him. Fucking Brandon Herrera here. Brandon made a series of videos about Kyle and the process in court. And you know what? Kyle was innocent. And he became a celebrity because of the injustice that has been done to him. This is not the same.
they're using Kyle Rittenhouse as some kind of gotcha. Oh, if you
A bad gotcha. It doesn't work.
don't condone political violence, why do you support Kyle Rittenhouse?
Which is not even a political case, it was just a self-defense case.
Fundamentally don't see the difference between killing someone over speech and killing someone over self-defense because these are the same things to them. Also,
Exactly.
I'm going to be the one to point it out because of course I am. I saw nobody else do it. Why are most of them women? Most of the people celebrating are women.
By the way, right. What the fuck? Nearly all of them, they were women. And those who weren't, it was one bearded guy, most likely Muslim, unfortunately. And the other were trans people, those fucking ugly bitches, ugly trans people, sorry.
Women. Like, it's a good, like, 80-20 ratio all over the internet. What is going on, ladies? Basically, the whole country is shook because last year they realized how many people would celebrate the murder of a president, and this year they realized how many people would celebrate the murder of them.
Yep.
At the end of the day, this is all the inevitable conclusion of the punch a Nazi thing from, like, 2017. Do you guys remember that? We always knew it was a slippery slope. That's why we were against it. And they always say this dumb shit, like, if you don't want to be called a Nazi, stop being a Nazi. Even a
They don't even have an idea what a Nazi is. They have no idea what a Nazi is, what a fascist is. Fucking open an history book for once in your life. God damn it.
A congressman from my state, New York, was like, oh, if you want to stop being called a fascist, you should stop being a fascist. Yeah,
Idiot.
that's right, except you've called everyone and their mother a fascist and a Nazi for the past, like, 15 years. And I see a lot of progressives in my audience like, shoo, you're not like Charlie Kirk. You're not a fascist. Here are all the things I have been called Nazi, fascist, reactionary for over the last few years. Would you like to see? I have been making this list
Gladly.
since 2023. Let's go. Let's just read this together real quick. Mocking/criticizing pop feminism. Believing adults can do whatever they want. Being pro-free speech. Being liberal. Talking to people I disagree with. Being friends with people I disagree with. Following people on Twitter I disagree with. Supporting Bernie Sanders. That one came from the right.
What?
Being registered independent. criticizing Joe Biden, criticizing the Democratic Party, not being attracted to feminine men, not
Seriously? They called Shu a fascist because she looks fine? She looks good? You serious? Those people are painted.
hating men in general, criticizing Canada's MAID program,
What else? They were calling her a fascist over being a mother?
not taking the COVID vaccine, criticizing the FBI, criticizing the CIA, believing the CIA killed JFK, using an American flag backdrop for my videos, saying
Being America first making you a fascist? In America? Seriously? It would be the same thing if I had a fucking magenta vid on my VTuber chest. Because I am an Israeli Jew and I love my country. That would be the same thing for them. Fucking idiots.
elites, saying working class, saying based, making a joke about Joe Biden eating ice cream, making a joke about Pete Buttigieg being born in a test tube, making jokes in general, being cis, being white, being a woman, being a cis white woman, telling someone to take a shower, not being anti-gun, not being fat, being monogamous, liking...
There is a higher than 0% chance this one came from Asmongold. Just saying.
Huey Long, celebrating the 4th of July, supporting Assange, criticizing the movie Cuties, praising the movie Sound of
Seriously?
Freedom, being against pedophilia, being against the destigmatization of pedophilia, being against children watching porn, being critical of kink at Pride, being against children performing at drag shows, not being
What?
racist, I swear to God, being a class reductionist, saying biological sex, mocking people for debating the ethics of necrophilia.
Excuse me, what the fuck? What the fuck? Necrophilia should be fucking illegal in the first place, what the hell?
My username, owning a pet rabbit, questioning the Bush administration's involvement in 9/11, growing up in a Catholic family, eating meat, wanting to get married, wanting to have children, being married, having children, being at January 6th to interview
Seriously?
people, saying it's okay if someone doesn't want to date a porn star, not wanting to do OnlyFans.
This one came from iDubbbz. This came from iDubbbz's husband, of course.
Criticizing Kanye West. Criticizing...
Seriously? Like, Kanye is 101 Nazi, a certified Nazi at this point. Criticizing him is fine. Should be fine. But, were they calling Shu a fascist over criticizing Kanye because he was, sorry, black? Really? Fucking brain-dead people.
Criticizing late-stage capitalism, criticizing the billionaire class, criticizing Israel, criticizing eating the bugs, criticizing a fashion company.
Seriously, there's nothing wrong with criticizing Israel. Like, you can criticize anybody if they do something wrong. Like, I'm not afraid to criticize Israel. We have a lot of things that are fucked up. And that need to be fixed. Like, our government, most our ministers who cannot close their mouth for a minute.
For being creepy, you'll remember that one. Supporting nuclear energy, a
Excuse me, one?
fashion company for being creepy.
Are they talking about Balenciaga and their weird ad campaign back in, like, what was it? Late 2010s or something? Because that ad campaign had a little element of pedophilia in it. Sorry.
You'll remember that one. Supporting nuclear energy, parentheses, it's toxic masculinity.
What?
Supporting TikTok tradwives, supporting one-income households, supporting UBI, supporting farmers, supporting truckers, not celebrating October 7th, supporting Palestine, not liking brutalism.
Seriously, supporting Palestine is fascist? Supporting Palestine is stupid, first of all. Because that Palestine does not exist. Fight me on it. But it is just stupid. It's not fascist or Nazi thing. Like, I don't have words, sorry.
Saying colorblind anti-racism was good, wanting to date someone who has a good relationship with their parents, not liking Indian food, saying men and women are different but complement each other, being followed by JD Vance on Twitter, saying
Damn.
Hillary Duff is cool, making fun of Reddit, and for Asmongold reacting to me, criticizing American imperialism, wearing a bow in my hair, liking VTubers, and now being anti-death.
She likes VTubers, she likes the likes of me, yay! Joking.
Charlie Kirk was a fucking Nazi. He was a fucking Nazi.
He was the total opposite of a Nazi, sorry.
And you know what kind of Nazi is the best Nazi? A dead one.
I am a better person than you for celebrating the death of a Nazi. And actually, it's pretty weird that you're not, and simultaneously asking people to have empathy.
Why the fuck are you driving and recording a video in the same time? Fucking irresponsible driver.
For the Nazi.
Nazis
What the
have
hell?
children and families.
Wait, what?
For the Nazi.
Nazis have children and families, right? But Nazis also get shot.
What
in
the
the neck.
fuck is
They
wrong
don't
with
kill
you?
you because you're a Nazi. They call you a Nazi so they can kill you.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to talk about my personal feelings of the situation because I know a lot of you can relate. I know a lot of you have been feeling the exact same way, so I will try and put it into words for you. I have friends who were friends with Charlie Kirk, but I didn't personally know him. We follow each other on Twitter. I've been to the TPUSA Amerifest in 2021. I actually
Ooh.
went there planning to make a video making fun of it, but I had so much fun and met so many friends that I'm still friends with to this day.
Huh.
So that video never happened. I
Hmm.
disagreed with him all the time. You can literally go to our Twitter interactions. I was always correcting him about, like, Bernie Sanders. I made an egg look like his face. It is safe to say I was no fan. But this has really shaken me in a way that I absolutely did not expect. These last few days after what happened, I kept going to every single, like, lefty, liberal, left-wing person I know and, like, checking out what they have been saying about this. And besides maybe, like, 4 or 5, every single one was being an unhinged psychopath about this. Or saying
Whoa.
some backhanded shit like, this is why we need gun control, which, first of all, we were just watching a whole bunch of people celebrate killing someone over political differences. You are
And also that is not a case of gun control. It was political violence, first of all. And like, a criminal will always find a way to get a gun. Gun control will not help. Never ever.
never taking our guns now. That is not happening. I felt like I
Wait,
political differences. You are never taking our guns now. That is not happening.
Yeah.
I felt like I was in the middle of the ocean. I was trying to like grasp onto a flotation device, checking all of these accounts.
What the fuck was that?
Ocean. I was trying to like grasp onto a flotation device.
Thank God that was in Shu's video. I was thinking something fucked up in my room right now. Or something just was knocking at my door.
Checking all of these accounts for their take, like, be normal, be normal. Nothing. Nobody. I'm just drowning in a sea of evil, apparently. Maybe I was just blind up until now. Maybe they changed. Maybe I changed. Is everyone going crazy, or am I going crazy? I don't know. All
They are going crazy. Sorry, they are.
I know is it is clear how they reacted to this is how they would react to me, my family, my friends, you, your family, your friends, that have ever stepped out of line from the nebulous, ever-changing definition of progressive. These are people I thought were level-headed. They were left-wing, but you know, like, they were one of the good ones. Like, you can joke with them, you know, they weren't those, like, woke SJWs. Like, they were cool, we can disagree and still be friends. You
Yeah.
know. Your friend wouldn't celebrate you being murdered, of course.
Right.
But if they would celebrate an exact clone of you that wasn't you, that had all the same opinions, or some of the opinions that you have, if they would celebrate that clone.
She's fighting back tears. This affected her harder than I can think of.
Being murdered, they're not your friend. I'm friends with people who are friends with Charlie, and I see how they are completely broken about this. Seeing them like this, and then at the same time my other friends posting shit like, "Rip Bozo." It's just sick. It's just sick shit. Personally,
Sick.
I would rather live in a world full of Charlie Kirks who would sit down and debate than a world full of people who agree with me but would murder people who don't. Because if it's now normalized to just murder people who disagree with you politically, we don't have a society.
Not at all.
That's it. It's over. But some of these people in particular, like, why the f*** are you celebrating? You! They think you're a f***ing Nazi too. They'll make a nice compilation of all the hot takes you've had over the years and spread it around to justify your murder. You don't get it, do you? We are all Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
I have been doing this for 11 years. I have been harassed, doxxed, threatened, whatever, you name it, for 11 years by the left. And it hasn't moved me an inch because that's not how politics works. That's lunch table politics. I've talked about this before. People on your side being mean to you doesn't mean you overnight change your opinions on, like, healthcare. It doesn't work that way. I still have all my economic left opinions. I'm for strong social safety nets, workers' rights, unions, wealth caps, whatever. That has not changed. This is not me leaving the left because, frankly, I don't even know how to do that. This is me and many, many people looking around
This will be a matter of time, to be honest.
us and our so-called allies, and realizing that even though we might share some, like, political opinions, we fundamentally do not have the same values or morals. And are we really allies if we agree on, like, taxes, but don't agree on the sanctity of human life? I don't know. The way we view death now is just crazy. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with the desensitization, in part thanks to the internet. You used to have to go out of your way to see gore and stuff like that, and now you're just scrolling through Twitter and you see someone set on fire, if someone gets stabbed on a train. And when someone like Charlie dies, it's not even real to people anymore. Like, it's like a movie or show. Oh, that character died? Good, I hated that character. Like, no, that was a real human being with
like,
a family
what
and kids,
the fuck?
actually. Like, that was someone's son. The internet has turned real people into nothing but cartoon characters that disappear when you close an app. I remember for years people would be like, oh, when you have kids, you'll change your mind on XYZ, and I was like, no, no, that's not gonna happen, no. And they were right. Almost overnight, you stop being so selfish, nihilistic. You stop having utopian fantasies of wanting to live in a post-capitalist society. And all you want is for the world to be safe. For the world to be safe and normal. And all that matters is your family and your community. And then your country, and then the world. You know? But we can't save the world. You can't. But you can save the people around you. You can't say to these people who are celebrating this and justifying this, you can't say, what if that was your dad or your brother getting killed for their opinions, because they've already cut those people off. They've already cut those people off out of their lives. And posting videos and pictures of Charlie's wife and young kids will not move these people at all. Because
when I think her name was Erica, right? Erica Kirk was making her speech about we will continue Charlie's ideas, Charlie's movement. His legacy will not be dead. They took a photo of her, of a widow whose husband was killed in front of her and their children's eyes, and they were saying, why does she look so hateful? There was a tweet that was saying that. Why she looks so hateful? Her husband was just shot in the neck in front of her eyes. If you cannot acknowledge that, if you cannot understand what does it mean, you fucking lost the plot. Look, if I ever had a girlfriend that I loved and saw her shot in the neck over her opinions, and if I saw people celebrating that, I would burn the entire country for that alone. And Erica, she's a strong woman. The tears that she was fighting just to not break down in front of an audience, that's fucking strength.
They hate their lives. They hate their families. They are atomized bug people. They are the unfortunate product of modern society, and I feel bad for them. I do. I pity them, and I wish I could help them.
But we can't.
But I have bugman fatigue. And for
Yeah.
the people who will come at me in a blind rage with a list of all of Charlie Kirk's, like, biggest hits to convince me that I should hate him.
Okay, you can hate a person, but to be happy that he is dead, that doesn't work that way.
And should not mourn him. If you thought what Charlie Kirk said is wrong, you could have debated him. He was one of the few people left willing to do that.
Yeah, by the way,
And now
yeah.
he's gone. Charlie was a fan of free speech, but I'm worried whoever comes after Charlie won't be. Like, even from a political standpoint, not even a personal human standpoint, why are you celebrating, like, the most popular college Gen Z political pundit dying? Like, why are you celebrating him becoming a martyr? Say goodbye to that young male vote. All the liberal Joe Rogans in the world are not
Yep.
fixing this. I just hope for the sake of this country that political violence does not become normalized, does not become a thing. I really don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see retaliation. I don't want to see us fall into a civil war. I don't know, this has all been...
Sadly, a civil war will be inevitable. A civil war in America is inevitable at this point. As much as I hate to say it, it's the truth, because fucking the left and the right in America were on high tensions already. Like, things were about to pop. Starting with George Floyd on all those years ago, but we retarded situation at all overall. And now you pissed off the horde. Because there will be somebody brain dead enough to take a rifle and try to kill the most popular left-wing political influencer. And I'm talking about Hassan Bakr, yeah. I'm not saying that this is a threat, I'm saying this is a warning. This shit is going to happen, and I hate that it's going to happen. I don't want this to happen. At all. But it's a fucking... like before World War I, that all of that was just boiling out, and just one trigger and everything will go to shit. That's the reality.
Extremely blackpilling. I think I'm gonna take a break from politics. I don't know. I'm
Good
a
idea.
YouTuber. Like, I'm not a political pundit, right? I'm not. My goal here, my purpose here is to entertain, is to make people laugh. That is what I'm
Fully
going
agree.
to do.
Fully agree.
That is what I will continue to do. The news cycle will move on. The world will move on. Charlie Kirk's kids won't move on.
And the world, I hate to say it, but the world may move on, but it won't be very soon. It will take at least 10 years for that. At least.
His daughter won't move on. His daughter does not have a dad.
No. And his wife won't move on.
And that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks. I don't know what else to say. I love you guys. Thank you for listening to my crash out. If you're new here, my videos usually are not like this. They're actually nothing like this.
Yeah,
have
they're
music
actually
in the
funny.
back, They're fun, they're goofy.
Yeah.
Things are just not fun and goofy right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I promise you the next video will be. Yeah, thank you for your attention to this matter. Bye.
Bye, Shu. The situation sucks. Sucks us. Just fucking horrible, man. Fucking horrible. saying his wife and kids need to go, it's crazy and not okay. I fully agree with that. Oh, Decoy here. Going to Amfest to make fun of them and making friends with is what is all about. Yeah. Sorry. Going to Amfest to make fun of them and making friends is what is all it's all about. We need more open-mindedness. Mindedness like this. Yeah. Boost me nothing. We see what you cheer. After years of watching your videos, I can't recall a single time where I heard that much pain, sorrow, and disappointment in your voice. Take care. Fully agree with the guy. Like, Shu is shaken. Like, especially in I think
how they would react to me,
especially
my family, my friends, you, your family, your friends that have ever stepped out of.
Yeah, like I noticed it too. It's fucking horrible. Thank for your attention to the matter. I will go and to the porcelain throne for a minute. Here is some music in the background. Okay, I am back and... Fuck, my microphone was on the entire time. Fuck! Okay. Okay, we ended the previous video. Let's go to the next one. From sick people being sick people to sick people getting fucking what they deserve. Hassan is finally being investigated. Thank fucking God. It took way too fucking long. I am happy to hear that. It's a video by More Pegasus. I usually watch his video before I start streaming, but I decided to make this one a little special. Let's watch it, shall we?
Welcome back to a series so impactful, it's reached the US government in today's video. Twitch CEO Dan Clancy is being called to testify in front of Congress for radicalizing viewers on his platform.
Fucking
Hassan
finally.
has responded and is in complete meltdown mode. He's crying about free speech and being silenced. He's blaming Israel. He's
How he cannot blame Israel? That's the better question.
obviously blaming Asmongold. He's acting like a martyr, saying that the truth will not be silenced. He then gaslights his audience, saying that without him, they will stay broke and never get free healthcare. Hassan's
Seriously, Hassan. The terrorist supporting Turkish freak. Also a communist socialist that wants the rich dead, including himself. Wow.
#1 simp Taylor Lorenz is panicking. Hassan admits he's actually cooked and no amount of context is gonna justify the clips of him advocating for violence.
Yeah.
Hassan has been confronted by mainstream media. Tectone has called out Hassan.
Yeah, by the way, I watched Tectone's video. Tectone was way too nice to Hassan, in my opinion. Just saying.
#1 degenerate creep Destiny, aka Hassan 2.0, has responded to the clips.
Now this is more like Hassan Classic, to be honest. Hassan is Destiny 2.0.
Of him advocating violence, saying he wants to genocide all conservatives.
That's one hell of a low quality video. That's not a 14.4p. That's fucking 72p. No, 14.4 pixels. 14.4p. Yeah, that's the resolution we are going with.
He gets completely exposed by another YouTuber.
I need to watch this guy's videos. I think he was cooking, I think.
Subscribe, or you got a 1v1 Hassan in a dumbass competition.
Thank God I'm not a winner in this one.
You're cocked. Jabba the Hutt, Jelly the Wig.
Don't. I lost my tongue for a second. Don't jump scare me, man. What the fuck?
Now let's begin with some absolute great news. Twitch and Hassan are finally cooked.
Yes.
We got a tweet. Twitch CEO is being called to testify in front of a committee on the radicalization of its users. Here we got a letter from US Congress. Dear Miss...
By the way, Dan Clancy was called alongside the CEOs of Reddit, Discord, and Steam. Now, I don't know what Steam is doing there, but I hope Gabe will announce Half-Life 3 in that Congress hearing.
Mr. Dan Gooning Lord Clancy. The Committee on Oversight and Government Reform requests your testimony at a hearing on Wednesday, October 8th, in a room of the U.S.
Fuck, 20 days? You cannot edge me for 20 days, US government, what the fuck?
Capitol Visitor Center. The hearing will examine radicalization of online forum users, including incidents of open incitement to commit violent politically motivated acts. I wonder who could be doing this.
Ooh.
On Dan's platform, guys. I wonder who this could be about. You'll have the opportunity to provide a 5-minute
and then they will probably bring up Mike from PA. Probably.
Opening statement prior to answering questions posed by members. 5 minutes of Hassan glazing right there just before they start confronting him about all of the clips of him advocating violence. The Committee on Oversight and Government Reform is the principal oversight committee and has broad authority to investigate any matter at any time under House Rule X. Thank you for your cooperation with this inquiry. So basically, Dan has to testify in front of Congress. They are 100% going to ask him about Hassan, going to confront him about all these clips of advocating violence, supporting terrorism, ask him why he actually did nothing, gave him a 1-day ban on his day off, and actually not a perma-ban.
Yeah, like, all of Hassan's banner, that all of them is not even a week, like all of them are either 1 day on his off day or maximum like 2 or 3, and that's it. And then he's kind of like, Twitch has banned me for speaking out for something. Fucking the most literally punchable face of a coward.
To, you know, prevent him from spreading all this propaganda online. And you know what? They better play the happy birthday clip. That would be the funniest shit ever.
Happy birthday, dear Hassan.
I'm sorry. I cannot listen to it.
Nuts responds they have no idea what they created. And we got Tectone behind.
The Slender Bold. I came up with that name myself.
A tree. Hassan Piker and Destiny clips of them spreading hate needs to be shown to them in the trial.
Yes.
Hey, U.S. Congress, it's time to watch the series. You'll get all the information there, fellas. It's nicely documented for ya. Bro, we're about to see Hassan vids playing, calling to Shank and watch Guts fall to the stage, followed by Twitch CEO singing happy birthday saying he loves them. Dan Clancy.
You know that, Hassan Piker!
Twitch is shitting themselves and certain top political streamers should be sweating as well. Answers are required and their on-cam platform shall be measured. Change might finally be here. The 100 episodes of slop tubing finally paid off. In fact...
Yes, and also, I think Tecton and Nax are planning to sue Hassan for defamation and a lot of more shit that he has done. Fucking, the next few months are going to be fucking legendary.
It's not just Twitch that's cooked. The CEOs of Discord, Reddit, Twitch, and Steam have been invited to testify in front of Congress.
Now, one more time. Why the fuck is Steam involved in here? Like, what kind of fucked up shit the forums on Steam has done? Like, Steam is the least of the problems. Switch Steam with fucking Blue Sky, man. Or Twitter even. Even though they won't do it because the CEO of Twitter is still Elon Musk. So yeah, that sucks, but put anything other than Steam, Blue Sky, fucking 4chan, even. It would make way more sense than fucking Steam.
Chairman Comer invites CEOs to testify on radicalization of online forum users. Reddit in particular definitely needs to be investigated.
Indeed.
Discord is relevant as well because the shooter was in these Discord groups as well. Anyways, moving on to Hassan's response. Somebody tweeted about it. Hassan responds, Twitch is not a factor in the Tyler Robinson investigation at all. That's Charlie Kirk's killer. And yet they want to bring the platform into the story.
I wonder why.
There is a sinister reason, and I think you all know what it is.
Yeah, that reason is fucking you fucking dipshit.
Really, Hassan? Really? What are you even implying? Like they're trying to shut down free speech or something like that? Buddy, they're just investigating what the hell is radicalizing all these people. And it does happen to point to one Hassan Piker. Is he seriously implying what I think he's implying? Get in there and make it about Palestine. Oh yeah, so he does actually make it about that. We'll get to that in a second.
How?
Well, now I hope this leads to his permaban. Keep coping. And arrest. And arrest would be nice.
Not just arrest, fucking either imprisonment or fucking deportation. He already earned that shit. Many times.
Somebody says, oh, Hassan Piker might be gone. Imagine how narrow your worldview is that you think a Twitch streamer being deplatformed at the direction of the free speech and anti-cancel culture administration after 2 years of Zionist organizations demanding it happen is somehow going to improve your life.
Seriously?
Hassan, I think everybody's lives would be improved if you were permabanned from online spaces, honestly.
Yep.
Because you advocate violence. Because you are literally creating the next generation of terrorists. Because you are glazing them, you are promoting them, and you're making people think it's actually okay to do.
Yeah, and also, I wanted to pinch in. In my opinion, Hassan Piker is currently the most dangerous person on the planet in terms of his influence and his beliefs. He created an absolute echo chamber cult that he was radicalizing. He was radicalizing them. They were radicalizing him in return. They were radicalizing each other to a point that it takes one thing to make Hassan snap and literally kill somebody. It's only a matter of time before that happens at this point, because if the process will lead to Hassan Piker's permaban everywhere, he will lose his sanity. The only thing that keeps him from touching the gun and killing somebody, it's his own popularity. And he feeds on his own popularity as if it was oxygen. If you take away that popularity, this like people praising him, he will go fucking insane and kill somebody or will kill himself. And that's a fucking warning. That's not a threat, that's a warning. Because he's already on that far gone. Sadly.
This you, and we just got Hassan looking, I'm not even gonna comment on that. Hassan breaks Twitch rules on a daily basis.
He's looking like a bitch.
It should have been banned years ago. Deplatforming?
Yeah.
No, we want you...
You have to realize that fleeing to Turkey is a better idea than this facile concern trolling. Maybe.
Reported. Well, I'll let the Congress decide that one. So then he was beefing with Dan Saltman. Dan Saltman told us...
By the way, I don't think Hassan can be deported, actually. From what I know, he grew up in Turkey, but he was born in New Jersey. And New Jersey, where it is? It's like in fucking New York, right? And New Jersey, where is it? Philadelphia. In what state is it? New Jersey, it's like Washington State? New Jersey is a state. Okay, sorry. My bad.
Piker,
I'm not an American. I am very sorry.
Played no role in lobbying Congress to enact censorship on Twitch. Hassan responds,
Are
good
you sure
job to
about
everyone
that?
that was involved in giving the Proud Boys, the ADL, and the Trump administration all the out-of-context material they can now use to pressure social media platforms. They're not just going to come after me, by the way. Oh yeah, I mean, we want them to go after Destiny and other people advocating violence as well. Don't worry.
The most insane piece of shit ever made. I also load the 14.4p quality here. Fucking gold.
Worry about that. Hassan's trying to imply that they're going to come after us as well, as if, you know, there's any equivalency between giving an opinion and promoting terrorists, right? Also, dude, oh my god, this guy's legitimately going to go to Congress and be like, it's out of context. Dude, that shit works in a YouTube video to your brainwashed audience and on Twitch, but I don't think it's gonna work in, like, I don't know, a court of law if it ever gets to that or whatever.
Yeah.
So then Hassan responded on stream, and he does the most predictable thing ever. He says this is all about Israel. This guy is
seriously.
The reason why they are mentioning Twitch in this is because of the active efforts by those on the right, on Twitter, and all around to try and deplatform me.
In the past, there's been a coordinated pressure campaign against Twitch advertisers with some success. But while some sponsors have no doubt left, there's still enough remaining that Amazon has not been forced to intervene. I am encouraging you guys to pressure advertisers, to pressure Amazon, to pressure Twitch.
So why are they factoring Twitch into this if they're not going to factor in all other social media platforms? I think you all know why. There is a broader conversation to be had about radicalization that's taking place online, which would, of course, include Twitch as well. If
you just fucked up your own fist, man. Fucking idiot.
If this was being done in a fair and balanced way, I totally would understand it. They want to use the Charlie Kirk assassination to target people like myself. I recognize this. This was an initiative that has been circulating for quite a while. This is an initiative that has been in the background due to Israel, due to my anti-Israel commentary.
Fucking idiot. It's not about Israel for once. It's about you glorifying terrorists and just being a vile human being overall. Like, there is a guy that named Conduit who made 2 videos. One is watching Hassan Piker for a week, and the second watching Mike from PA for a week. That second guy that had 14.4p quality video. And while both of you were super... You two are hyper concentrated about Israel. Like, just... You have a hate boner towards me. Towards the likes of me, sorry. And that made you fucking retarded as fuck.
For quite a while.
In the words of Hassan Piker, Israel bricked this guy's brain. But for the last time, nobody cares that you criticize Israel. It's because you support...
Yeah, nobody's surprised at this point. Just while you calling Israel Nazis, while knowing nothing about us. Good luck trying to find something Nazi about us. You won't find it. But it's because you glorify terrorists, yeah.
Buddy, for the last time, nobody cares that you criticize Israel. It's because you support and endorse literal terrorism.
Yes.
You do propaganda for literally the worst humans on planet Earth and justify the most horrific crimes. I mean, he knows this. He obviously knows this. He's just acting stupid on purpose. And the reason it relates to Charlie Kirk and the assassination is because of your violent rhetoric and constant calls for violence and demonizing your opponent falsely with zero proof, branding them as fascists and Nazis that leads to these acts of terrorism. Also, massive W to Ethan and everybody who supported this campaign to hold Twitch accountable. It's been a long time coming. Then he says that people are purposely hiding the real reason behind this and it just has to be Israel.
They are using, instead of using the anti-Israel reasoning, they are using the he is fomenting political violence narrative in the aftermath of the Charlie Kirk shooting, which I think is perhaps one of the worst angles of attack, considering that there is nothing I've said that is even remotely violent, especially directed towards Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? Like, there is a guy named John something Tectone who made a compilation video of you inciting violence in general. Do you want to watch it? I don't. So fuck you.
Yeah, well, maybe not directly towards Charlie, but definitely towards a lot of people. Towards anyone you disagree with, you advocate violence. You said you wanted to K Rick Scott.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott.
You said you wanted to murder those mother flippers, referring to capitalists like landlords.
Yeah. Including his own mother, because she is also a landlord.
Those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let
My
the streets
ears.
Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods.
That's why you never buy a fucking Blue Yeti, man. That is the shittiest microphone ever made.
Dude.
Not to mention calling Ela Klein a baby killer terrorist who is a valid military target. I mean, what is that, dude? That is literally advocating violence. You cannot deny reality in front of your face, but these people love to do that shit, so. Then he blames Asmongold. It just, you know, if it isn't Israel, gotta be Asmongold or something.
How the fuck do you blame Asmongold? He wasn't streaming for at least a week. And sadly his dad passed away. Rest in peace, Asmon dead. You raised a fine son. And people are shitting on him right now. Fucking sick people.
The government is scapegoating social media, chat, and video games under the guise of political de-radicalization as a way to censor the internet. Meanwhile, all the free speech guys cheer this on because they want certain streamers banned over personal vendettas. It is pathetic. I am not going to advocate for deplatforming anyone, especially because I know that the crosshairs are on me first and foremost. Of course, that hasn't stopped Asmongold, Tectone, and numerous others.
I've been pretty reasonable about this for a long time. I think they should ban him.
Hassan finally got banned.
Okay, that's in the past.
2 weeks ain't enough. This better be a month minimum.
That have actively advocated not only for deplatforming, but for the government to literally take action, which would be obviously a direct violation of the First Amendment, direct violation of freedom of speech.
Hassan, you have no idea what freedom of speech is. Freedom of speech does not allow calls to direct violence. That is not protected speech. Bro has no idea what he's talking about, despite being this well-established political commentator, supposedly the biggest one on Twitch, right? Well, apart from Asmon, of course. Gotta mention that. Also, Asmon and Tectone wanted you banned on Twitch for violating Twitch rules. That is 100% fair and justified. This isn't some unfair campaign. They're just asking for the existing rules to be enforced. To think otherwise is completely delusional. You probably have to be a Hassan fan. Worst fate on planet Earth, by the way. You know, in 5 years from now, people...
Because you either do not exist or you live in your mom's basement, just locked in it there, and waiting for another batch of food once in 5 hours to finally show up under your bed.
People are gonna go to the doctor, be like, yeah, I was diagnosed with Hassan fucking brain rot. And the doctors are gonna be like, damn, that shit is incurable. Except if you want.
Except if they will open insane asylums. I will be happy if they open insane asylums. Just saying.
Watch Pegasus videos. That is the cure, obviously. It can actually regenerate your brain. So then...
Not really, man. Hassan fans are people that are way too fucking far gone.
He acts like some martyr saying that
because they are not teenagers anymore. They're like 40-year-old people that lives in their mom's basement.
Banning me is not going to stop the truth. How did Charlie Kirk die just for Hassan Piker to act like the martyr? For Hassan Piker to go that, you're not gonna stop my message even after my death. Oh wait, that didn't happen. I mean, even after my Twitch ban or whatever mild punishment I'm gonna get. Buddy, what the heck? How do you always make it about yourself? It's astonishing. A man died, but it's still about Hassan Piker. He is the martyr.
When you call for violence, yes. See, everyone is going to try and make this seem as though this is a sincere request. That's all this is. Right-wingers that want to enact out a personal vendetta over a Twitch streamer that they dislike will try to turn around and say, no, dude, you've been calling for violence. You're radical. You've radicalized people. And the reason why they can't associate me with anything related to Charlie Kirk is not seemingly stopping them from continuing along with this narrative. Now, of course, as I've said already, ban me all day, every day. That's not going to stop the truth. And if you were to ban me, that's not going to, if you were to get me deplatformed successfully off of Twitch, I'll find a way.
Of course you'll find a way. Your cockroach ass will definitely find a way to keep...
So Hassan is an Asmon fan. He lives in Asmon's home.
Streaming. Put the cockroach image. The Hassan cockroach image. If I had to guess, most like...
The forbidden child of Hassan Piker and Asmongold. The forbidden child. Asmon Piker.
The cockroach image. The Hassan cockroach image. If I had to guess, most likely he's gonna go to YouTube. If he goes to Kick, I mean, that would be the most surprising shit ever. But I feel like just getting him off Twitch is already a massive W. Because Twitch is this insane echo chamber of terrorist propaganda and extremism. He had complete immunity there. At least on YouTube, it's a more neutral ground and people can offer like differing opinions. Although I'm sure he's going to instantly ban all mentions of it. But I don't know if
yeah, and then he will be banned later for glorifying terrorism. Just saying.
He'll last on YouTube. Like, if he said the shit he does on Twitch on YouTube, he'll probably still get banned here. But yeah, Hassan, you're not some hero who is preaching the truth. You're a non-stop pathological liar. Nobody's buying your shit. So then he tries to fearmonger. He says that they're not gonna stop at Hassan. They're gonna come after all of us. It's like a slippery slope.
But even if I were to, even if my career were to be over, right? Even if I had no platform whatsoever to speak on issues that I think are important to address, that still would not change your life. Make no mistake, this will eventually harm you as well. Not only will this eventually harm you as well, because of course they're going to come after you too, because this is about broad censorship. There is going to inevitably be an opinion that you have, whether it be on Israel, for example, or any number of different reasons. And the government will say, this is political dissent. We don't like it. And they will come after you too.
Hassan, they're going after you because you're radicalizing people into becoming violent terrorists. You're treating them as heroes who are doing the right thing, calling them Luffy from One Piece. They have no reason to go after anybody else who's not doing that. They might go after other people advocating violence, like Destiny, who wants all conservatives dead. That's a valid reason to go after somebody. But acting like this is censorship, they're gonna go after everybody else. Like, no. We give common sense opinions and we call out idiots such as yourself. We never advocate violence and we always denounce it. We are not the same. Then he does the ultimate maneuver. He says that if he gets banned, you as a Hassan viewer will stay broke. And I completely forgot for a second that this guy is cosplaying as this communist socialist, right?
Yeah.
And his audience is a bunch of broke losers who think that Hassan is single-handedly going to change their life by changing the entire government and the fabric of society itself.
Where you...
What a brain... How... That's fucking stupid.
Successfully been able to deplatform this woke Antifa guy. Having said that, however, this is not going to put more money in your pocket. This is not going to make you more likely to retire at a reasonable age. This is not going to make your health care more affordable or free. It's just not going to fix any of the real issues in your life. The issues that I fight for every single day.
Ah, yes, Hassan is fighting for you. Yeah, when you donate your last $5 to Hassan for him to complete his payment on his $3 million...
That was my gamepad, sorry.
mansion. Hassan is really fighting for you there. What will everybody do once the LARPing socialist is gone? Without Hassan, we're all gonna be broke. This is literally how he gaslights his audience, convinces them that their life is gonna be horrible without him. Dude, leaving you is the first step to improving their life. Realizing that, hey, I should actually, you know, work on myself and actually search for the truth. Instantly, you become a better person when you stop consuming his content. You start to think for yourself. You start to stop blaming other people for your problems. You start working on yourself. Maybe you get a job instead of watching Hassan propaganda all day and blaming everybody else. And hey, maybe you won't grow up to be a terrorist. That's a pretty big plus. And obviously you can do the opposite. You can become a Pegasus viewer, achieve the best life on planet Earth. You know, we all know Pegasus viewers become super rich, meet the love of their life, have a loving family, achieve all their wildest dreams. These are just facts, obviously. So yeah, hop on aboard. Then, like clockwork, we get the #1 sim, Taylor Lorenz, immediately panicking, going, "My king, Hassan!"
The government is using the shooting as a pretense to censor the internet and deplatform progressive creators, and Democrats continue to go along with it. They're going to jawbone all day, ram through KOSA, repeal Section 230, and worse, unless we fight back hard to protect online speech. A big part of this equation is anti-Israel sentiment. I promise you, if I was a pro-Israel progressive, okay, which obviously is oxymoronic, but if I was, this wouldn't be as major of an issue. 100%. There would be no calls to deplatform someone such as myself.
How do you get this delusional? Bro knows that his audience only cares about one issue, which is Israel-Palestine, so he makes everything about it. Hassan, what do you want for dinner? I'll have
Wait a second. What was
Palestine, so he makes everything about it. Hassan, What do you think cares about one issue, which is Israel-Palestine? So he makes every...
Can somebody explain to me what is that January 6th ape equivalent? What?
Everything about it. Hassan, what do you want for dinner? I'll have one Israel, a side of Palestine, and for dessert some genocide, of course. Actual disgusting freak, dude. He literally uses Palestinians as a shield for everything. It's actually crazy. Hamas would be proud, buddy. Congrats. You're...
Pull out the photo of of him being like having a lot of children strapped on every part of his body and just saying, come on, come at me, talk to me. How can you talk to me when there's a literal side happening in Palestine? I need to find this photo later.
An honorary member. Also, Hassan, I would be very careful liking Taylor Lorenz's tweets. You know she is immediately jacking it to that as we speak. Thirsty old lady, can't keep it in her pants. Hassan...
with Dan Clancy? With her? In one room? Damn, that's a lot of horny girlfriends. Because Clancy don't have any balls to be actually real.
You're gonna have to pay up at 50 when you're old and alone and Taylor is your only option. Also, I would not antagonize your second lover, Dan Clancy, right now. His loyalty is being tested. Go buy him a fresh gooning rag or something so maybe he won't sell you out.
The guy doesn't even have balls. What are you talking about?
And then finally, reality sets in. Hassan admits that he's cooked.
It was an inevitability that once it got to a point where my audience grew to a certain level, my platform grew to a certain level, that inevitably people in positions of power would find that to be dangerous and would want to do everything in their power to take me out. We're there now. I will be honest, I'm shocked that it didn't happen sooner. It's going to be 100% about the clip chimps. Have your context counter arguments ready, of course, but it doesn't matter because there is no way that there's no way that I will be able to, even with like a big media push or whatever, be able to overcome the faucet of right-wing propaganda paired up with the official organs of the government.
That's called fucking meeting reality, man. Don't be such a brain-dead bitch.
Taking the initiative to slander and smear a singular Twitch streamer. My assessment of the situation, I think, is they'll probably drop me as a sacrificial lamb instead of genuinely trying to push back against this. They're going to throw you under the bus, big bro, for sure. We shall see. There's a high likelihood that they will succumb and offer people like myself or whoever they demand as a sacrificial lamb. You say stream on TikTok, but obviously TikTok is also being sold. Every single major quote unquote independent social media platform has been taken over. Someone said you're going to jail. Yeah.
Oh no, Hassan, the walls are closing in. It only...
By the way, somebody mentioned Twitch is, everybody knows, Twitch is owned by Amazon and Jeff Bezos, obviously. And not only Elon Musk tweeted and said, hey Jeff, look at that. He obviously also called Jeff Bezos. They had a personal conversation about Hassan and all his cronies. But also, Amazon is under a US government contract. Does a US government contractor wants to have this piece of shit as one of his most popular influencers? If Lockheed Martin was owning Twitch, in theory, if Lockheed had Twitch and they had this guy as the face of Twitch, how quickly would they get fucked? That's a miracle that Hassan wasn't banned like 2 or 3 years ago, to be honest. Perma-banned. That's a fucking miracle.
It took 100 episodes of saying this guy's done for him to finally be done. As always, I never clickbait, never accuse me of that shit. It's a future prediction, as always. Don't worry, though. I'm sure we got at least another 50 episodes in here. The legendary series continues. We're just getting to the climax here. But I can't wait, man. Dan Clancy having to testify. Dude, he better wipe his phone in case they check that shit, because they're going to find the most degenerate fucking shit on there.
By the way, there is no way that Dan Clancy and all of Twitch stuff won't be fired and replaced. There is no universe in this world that would allow this to happen. Twitch will either die or all of the Twitch stuff will be replaced. And they will have a new set of stuff that has been like approved by Elon Musk, basically, like patriotic America first right-wing stuff, which is biased, but whatever. And all American stuff, they will restructure all of Twitch. The platform will probably want to work for a few months because of that process. But I hope that Twitch will get better after that. And I think it will get better.
Anyways, can we get a round of applause for the greatest series ever created on planet Earth? Real life TV show better than anything Netflix, Disney, whatever the fuck. I'm your host, Pegasus. Subscribe and smash like for more cinema.
I already am.
Comment below what you think of the series so far. Moving on to Hasan getting confronted for his violent rhetoric by ABC News.
I want to ask you about your own rhetoric. I noticed that Elon Musk has been posting about you.
Yes.
And I don't know the context of these particular statements, but here's a quote from you about landlords who don't want
Context isn't needed at all.
to rent out their properties. You said, kill them, murder them.
This him trying to laugh and at the end resulting as a cough. He's telling to a kangaroo that he's giving up on everything.
Let the streets soak in their red capitalist blood.
Ew.
Doesn't that make you part of the problem with violent discourse?
This was in a conversation that I was having with a landlord friend of mine, and it's of course hyperbolic, and it's not meant to be sincere. This is not sincere advocacy. It's not a real policy that I would ever advocate for. And that's precisely the reason why when Republicans were desperately looking for any sort of incisive language that they could present, they went back to a very obvious instance of LARPing, an insincere
Hasan, you LARP on a daily basis.
Statement that is obviously hyperbolic from, I believe, 2018.
My question stands nonetheless. Doesn't that kind of language contribute to the
I will speed
atmosphere
this
of
up.
Violent, even lethal violence in the United States?
I don't believe that my insincere statements that don't reflect on any of my beliefs whatsoever in 2019 has led to any sort of real world violence whatsoever.
That is straight up cap. I was being hyperbolic. Was K. Rick Scott also a joke? You see, the joke was I was telling people to literally go and...
Hasan is talking like he is in fucking slow-mo. He's so fucking boring. How the fuck are people watching him?
them guys. That was the joke. Also, the joke was that I was actually very angry, and this is my actual real beliefs. Nobody is buying this shit, Hasan. You have no justification. Instead of apologizing and saying that I was completely wrong, I shouldn't have said that, and then correcting your behavior, saying that, okay, I will stop advocating violence towards people that I disagree with politically, you gave this bullshit response of, yeah, I was exaggerating. I didn't mean it. Meanwhile, imagine if someone on the other side said the shit. It's just crazy. The double standards. If you call yourself a progressive and a liberal and you support Hasan, I think it's time to take a look in the mirror. Advocating murder is not very progressive, obviously.
Yeah.
So then Tectone calls out Hasan, jump scare, bro shaved.
With what's happening with Charlie Kirk,
Yeah.
where Charlie Kirk was assassinated for speaking his opinion, where Irna was stabbed in the neck for merely being white, and you're not going to damn those people, you're going to encourage political violence. You are begging for your viewers to kill people in the street. You are telling people to kill a senator. And I want to make this very clear. Hassan, I hope none of this happens to you. I do. I hope there is a point where you can get away from all this craziness, but I genuinely don't feel that you will.
Honestly, I think the best thing Hassan can do is quit politics. It's time to just...
the best thing he can do is go to an insane asylum at this point. Because he needs to be stopped. He needs to be stopped from just damaging anybody, including himself. He's too far gone.
Stop and retire, man. Enjoy your millions of dollars from your grifting. It's better to retire before you cross a boundary that you can never come back from.
He already did, too many times.
Before a viewer of yours goes and commits violence, and then they blame you for it. Before you yourself get put in danger because of your countless calls to violence and somebody feels the need to take revenge. I don't support that. I hope he truly does stay safe, honestly. But yeah, man, you gotta stop this. It's really madness. People are literally dying. They're getting assassinated. It's not your fault, at least directly, but it may soon be. And there's no going back from that. Anyways, let's move on to a man equally as degenerate as Hassan, Destiny. If you remember last time, he wanted to...
which is, Hassan is basically Destiny Premium.
All conservatives, make them afraid to be killed at public events, blatantly advocating violence in multiple clips. Well, a YouTuber called him out, and he responded with the worst defense ever.
You need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events, so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature.
Seriously?
The great cleansing, dude.
Cleansing?
The cleansing.
What cleansing?
When we genocide conservatives in this country.
Are you gonna be out in the streets with your Glock?
Maybe. I gotta go back to Nebraska and grab it.
You
genuinely
do hate conservatives, don't you?
Very much so. I've moved full on to like the political violence level, or the real violence level when it comes to conservative people. Yeah, I think they need to be like excised from my fucking country. I think they are demonstrably fucking evil people by any moral system that most people would use. And then I just hate them because they tend to destroy the outcomes related to this country, which is what...
How the fuck is Destiny not in jail yet? Just asking.
I'm concerned with, yeah. Absolutely. Wait, how many is this like 8 years old? How long ago did I live? This is when I lived in Glendale.
Oh, so that's what he's gonna use. The clip is old. Well, that only works, Destiny, if your rhetoric has changed.
This is from 2019?
What cleansing?
When we genocide conservatives in this country.
Are you gonna be out in the streets with your Glock?
Maybe. I gotta go back to Nebraska and grab it.
You genuinely do hate conservatives, don't you?
Okay, first of all, conversation I'm having while running around playing a video game. This is my serious political commentary. Okay, base.
No. That I do not believe you're stupid. Therefore, anyone intelligent, when it comes to incitement to violence, they are not going to do it during their serious political debates, such as, for example, when guests into a massive podcast, unless they are completely out of their mind. No, they're going to do it when they are relaxed and the truth comes out. You see, when Destiny speaks during his debates, he's using his strategy. I mean, that's what he does, right, for a living. Therefore, any debater has an idea of what points he wants to use, what kind of counter-argument he has got prepared. So clearly, I doubt that "I can't wait to genocide conservatives on the street" is going to be something he will say during a public debate, although then again, never say never. No, you said it when your guard was down. Perhaps when you thought that this clip wouldn't have been made public. What I think you did in this situation, Destiny, is accidentally tell the truth.
Absolutely. He just let his actual opinions slip through, and he told the truth of what he actually thinks. This is why this guy makes quote-unquote jokes on Twitter about how people deserve to get shot and die, how children dying is funny, making fun...
Yeah, that's even more fucked up. Like the Texas floods, those poor people in the Texas floods, Destiny was making fun of it, and tried to do like a parody of a NordVPN sponsorship, which is absolutely fucked up. You cannot make joke like those, especially not when it's happening right now. Like in a year or two, fine, but right now, like when the memory and the pain is fresh, no, you don't do it. And even a year or two later, it will still be fucked up, depending on the degree of how fucked up your joke is in general. But you got my point.
Of Charlie Kirk's wife. It's literally his true opinions and he's hiding behind quote-unquote humor. Destiny's defense is always, it's old, it was 6 years ago, it's actually 2019. But then he literally agrees with the clips he's saying even now. And then he says, it's out of context, guys. Buddy, how many times?
It's not.
How many clips? This is literally the same Hassan defense. You don't even give the context. And whenever you try to give it, you just end up embarrassing.
Honestly, the more time you kinda repeat those rhetorics, the context matter less and less because you repeat those words too many times. If that was one or two times and it was indeed out of context, okay, I would believe you. I would believe you. But it was way too fucking often.
Yourself. I didn't think the 15-year-old was hot, guys. You see the context. You forgot the context of when I said the 15-year-old was very hot, actually. Average Destiny fan. Let me defend my PDF file behavior streamer. And what's the defense now? I was playing video games, so it doesn't count. Buddy, there's other clips where you were not playing video games. Also, a lot of his streams is playing video games in the background while doing this political commentary, so it doesn't change much. You obviously echo the same sentiment over and over. Thing is, you're a disgusting freak and you need to be locked up ASAP.
Yep.
So then this guy totally exposes him.
Oopsie.
Very much so. Like I've moved full on to like the political violence level or the real violence level when it comes to conservative people. Yeah, I think they need to be like excised from my fucking country. I think they're demonstrably fucking evil people by any moral system that most people would use.
True. Yeah, you instead are a saint.
And then I just hate them because they tend to...
See, he just said true. So you just completely annihilated any weight of...
By the way, I just noticed. Why do you have a Blue Yeti microphone? How much does it cost? Give me a second. Blue Yeti. It costs like over $100. What the fuck, man? You could buy a fine microphone for that price. You could buy a Rode. What's the name of that mic? I think that's just a Rode Powder mic, right? Ah, here. Rode Pod mic. Yeah. It's literally the same price. Alright.
Of the defense mechanism that you tried to place. It's an old clip. Right, but if you agree with it on camera, it means that your opinions haven't changed. I mean, that would have been the only defense that you could have used in this situation by telling us that this was a clip from 2018. It's from 2018, but at the time it was different. I was a different man. I thought different things, but I don't think this anymore. Now he just said true. You just proved my point. Then the clips are relevant regardless.
No, when I said true, I meant it was out of context, guys. The context is that I agree with myself. This is the champion of the radical left here. This is the master debater, the intelligent entity that can own anyone. Bro can't even beat a random YouTuber. He's literally just Hassan 2.0. Dude, I swear.
No. He's either Hassan original or Hassan is Destiny 2.0. Because Hassan came after Destiny. Destiny popularized Hassan.
To God, calling yourself a Destiny fan has got to be more embarrassing than calling yourself a Hassan fan. They're both degenerate freaks, don't get me wrong, but one has notably more PDF file behavior, so I think Destiny wins that competition. Although, I will give Destiny a point. I haven't seen him do terrorist propaganda, but I think wanting to genocide all conservatives is kind of, you know...
pretty close.
Equally bad. That's half the country you live in, you absolute lunatic. So then Destiny admits that he's acting completely crazy, but then he justifies it saying that, well, actually, the other side is also crazy.
You have to grow up and be a big boy.
Hold up a fucking minute. What the fuck was that?
Justifies it saying that, well, actually, the other side is
Pegasus, why the fuck were you moving anything in your room?
It's also crazy.
Then you have to grow up and be a big boy and realize that when you advocate for unhinged, crazy, insane shit, that there are going to be people that take unhinged, crazy positions in response to it. That's how the world has always worked through all of human history.
I would like you to remember this. So what was his general point here? He's justifying now. This is the next layer of justification. Interesting from a psychological point of view, by the way. He's admitting that his takes are batshit crazy.
Unhinged, crazy positions in response to it.
But it's only because the other side has crazy batshit statements. So I can say the stuff I say, and it's fine, even though he did admit that it's crazy stuff, simply because the other side is doing it as well. Right? This is the reaction motivation. I'm reacting to the other side, therefore whatever I do is justified.
Wow.
The right wing did something bad. I'm going to do the same thing to them. You can take their position as long as it's not illegal, but then you lose the moral ground. Because you do have another option. The right wing does something bad, you don't, and call them out. Now you have the moral ground.
I'm sorry, who is Destiny?
In that case, the idea of eye for an eye, it's not working at all.
Even talking about which right-winger said they wanted to genocide all liberals. If anyone ever said that, they deserve to lose their career instantly. I don't know of anyone who's done that. Charlie Kirk definitely never did that, if that's who he's talking about. Again, 0 examples by Gigabrain Destiny here, because he obviously has none. He has this firm belief that Trump is a fascist, therefore all right-wingers are fascists and Nazis, and therefore it's okay to kill them. Buddy, in this situation, you're the only lunatic advocating violence. How is anybody going to listen to you when you make these openly psychotic statements?
Even the meanest thing that Charlie Kirk said is not comparable to him calling for the genocide of the entire political side.
Yeah.
These people don't belong in my fucking country. These people aren't Americans. I'm like, wow, that was the line for me. I can't believe that he would say that. Back to civility politics with the right. It's a fucking joke.
No. You can say that. You said genocide. You said weapons. You said violence. You didn't say these people suck. If you said that, I wouldn't have even made a video. It is the incitement of violence and the direct threats of violence.
If it's the case that one side can advocate for violence, can talk about the existential threat of all the radical leftists over and over and over, if the conservatives can do this for 10 years, and someone on the left going, you guys are crazy, you're fascists, and we're not going to disavow violence anymore until you do. If that's what it takes, people are like, oh, well, I'm going to go join the right. These were never real people anymore.
Well, apart from the fact that I do think you overuse the term fascist, yes. But that's not the only thing you guys do. You guys say...
All of them do. All of them just abused those words.
Nazi, I know because I'm on the receiving end. You call people fascist, Nazi, white supremacist, racist, misogynist, transphobe, homophobe, and all the rest. And I know that because every time I make a video that you guys don't like, that's what I get.
Yep, that is exactly what they do, and it's just disgusting. They try to justify their violence by saying you're some label like you're a homophobe or whatever, which is blatantly untrue. And even after you're dead, like Charlie, they say you didn't like empathy or something, so you deserve to die. Completely out of context.
Yeah, he said that he prefers the term sympathy over empathy. Because sympathy, it means you actually feel something for the person. Like... I sympathize with you. Empathy, it's like a pat on the back. It's nothing really.
As we proved. Meanwhile, we got Destiny here saying to genocide people, and apparently a large group of liberals actually watch this guy and they think it's okay because they're on the same side. Open your fucking eyes, you absolute degenerate freaks. Hassan and Hassan 2.0 are not the solution here.
Hassan classic, more like.
Go watch somebody actually sane. These people advocate violence. They are not good people. Even if you agree on some other different policies, it is not worth it to literally lose your soul over this shit. What a pathetic response by Destiny, but you can't expect much from this guy. Now quit this video and your entire family becomes based Pegasus fans. Let's go, massive W. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Yeah, and also, holy fuck. Denius has the most just scariest like uncanny valley face. What the fuck? I'm pretty sure Pegasus and photoshopped her face to make her look even more insane. But to be honest, like, considering how fucking insane the denims is, low accurate face. Low accurate. Let's watch the comment. Let's up those charges! Yeah! Yeah! Welcome to a series so unemployed, even Jimmy Kimmel subscribed. Yeah. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you using the clips from my video. Call them all out. Oh wait, that's the guy, right? That's the guy who...
Hello, number ones. Welcome back to my...
Ah, yeah, that's him. That's the guy. Yeah. A series so old... Sorry. A series so old, even Tecton subscribed. No. A series so old, even Bernie Sanders subscribed. That will be more accurate. A series so controversial, even the FBI subscribed. Hell yeah. Pegasus in court. Welcome back to a court case so legendary, even the Congress subscribed. A series so criminal, even Al Capone subscribed. Twitch was not involved in the Charlie Hebdo murder investigation, but it has resulted in terrorists such as Hassan Piker being taken seriously. Let's hope he goes to jail for promoting extreme violence and terrorism. Indeed. And I think he meant like Kirk, right? Hassan opening a statement in front of Congress. Every bad thing that I ever said is out of context. And don't you guys know there's a genocide going on in Gaza? To be honest, I hate this phrase already, because I will go off topic, but if you look into the entire situation with Gaza seriously, if you look at it, a genocide there is impossible. I'm sorry for all those who will yell at me. It's physically impossible. Like, have you ever seen a genocide where the one who commits a genocide is providing aid to those genocides, where the attacker sends letters warning like get the fuck out of here, we are going to bomb the place, so get out now. Have you ever seen a genocide where there is such a small death count for a genocide? Like 2 years, 70k people. It's fucking a joke of a genocide. And also, where those 70k came from? They came from the Gaza Ministry of Health, Hamas, which is controlled by Hamas. And Hamas, they are the people who would lie the shit out of their ass in order to make Israel look bad. So it's more likely the numbers are inflated as fuck, like they doubled the real numbers. And also said like everyone were women and children, even though, what the hell, man. I think they released a list saying where they were like showing, here is the list of all the people who died to Israeli oppression, and half of them and most of them was like the names were doubled. There were people who are still alive, and sometimes Hamas leaders were listed as women and children, like that Yahya Sinwar guy. He was listed as women and children. Like, the entire statement of genocide in Gaza is a fucking joke. And it will crumble the moment you will take it seriously and look into it. Jabba the Hutt, Jelly the Week is actual bars. Hell yeah. Okay, that video is over. Oh, holy fuck. Damn. I need to take a sip of soda for a second. Feeling a little bit more fresh on Sprite. Okay, that video is over. Let's go to the next one, to actual fun and humor. The greatest machine gun nobody talks about. Came from 11 days ago. The Lewis gun, and look at this barrel, holy fuck. I'm about to burp, or not. What is this barrel? Is that like a suppressor plus a silencer combined in one? What the hell is that? A fucking... Sorry, a fucking Tommy gun on steroids.
Few wars have changed the face of warfare quite like World War I. Less than 50 years after the end of the American Civil War, which was mainly fought with things like muskets, you had airplanes, chemical warfare, tanks, and of course, the introduction of the machine gun.
Oh,
Today
yeah.
we're going to be talking about one of the most influential machine guns that was introduced.
By the way, I forgot to say, the video was made by Brandon Herrera. But I think everybody already knows. Fuck me.
World War I. The Lewis machine gun.
Look at this barrel. Why do you have a barrel so big for a bullet so small? It's like, it looks like a 7.62. What the fuck? Okay, that's a little bigger, maybe, I don't know, 30-06, I have no idea what that bullet is. Yeah!
That is, with no exaggeration, probably the most pleasant light machine gun I have shot.
Oh, that's a lot.
What's going on, guys?
I'm sorry, but that was so out of nowhere.
I have shot. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Lewis gun. Whether you know this from World War II, World War II video games, World War II Rule 34 fanfiction, The Mummy, Fallout, or, of course...
Excuse me, what?
Games, World War II Rule 34 fanfiction, The Mummy, Fallout, or, of course, Star Wars, the Lewis gun is definitely a light machine gun that has a lock on pop culture. Don't know why I said that, like Tucker Carlson. The Lewis machine gun was designed in 1911, which is actually kind of fucking crazy. To think at time of recording that this gun is actually 114 years old.
Damn.
Almost as old as the average American senator. It's pretty crazy. It's all...
And all those American people who receive healthcare, who were receiving like welfare or whatever that was. Social insurance, yeah.
Early production in like 1914 didn't really see widespread use in World War I until about halfway through the war, but regardless, it's still very synonymous with British infantry during World War I and II, which is kind of funny because even though people think of the Lewis gun as much more of a British machine gun, you know, they think of the Americans, you know, more like the 1919, the Browning automatic rifle. They think Brits, they think of the Lewis. And even though it did see widespread use by the British Army, it was actually developed by an American.
Really?
Tucker Carlson. The designer of the Lewis gun, Isaac Newton Lewis, was actually born in Pennsylvania. There were a lot of Brits really mad about some of the comments I made in my Sten video a couple years ago. Oh, just you wait for this one. To the Brits, if you're worried about another country trying to steal more of your heritage, maybe turn on the news. You've got bigger fish to fry.
Oh yeah, they surely do.
I interrupt this program with a knife. A knife, of course, I use to find out what is in this month's
TACPAC.
TACPAC is a monthly subscription service where you can find cool stuff like Merch. SBR Wars. That was pretty much the entire fucking NFA fight on the Big Beautiful Bill. I'm not still bitter. AR lower vice blocks. That is way heavier than I thought it would be. Mantis dry fire training systems. Reptilia. Oh fuck. Reptilia pistol grips. Fucking hot dog. Fab defense bipods.
The best hot dog I have ever seen, to be honest.
And more. TacPack has 2 tiers. Standard is $59.95. TacPack Plus is $139.95, but contains stuff worth about $240 to $300. In fact, I was told the October TacPack Plus will be worth over $300. And
Holy
use the code
fuck.
AK Guy to get a free $60 tactical gift. Brings you to a total value of over $350 just from using the code. So check them out in the links down in the description and in the pinned comment. Back to the video.
So while a lot of the Lewis guns were produced in .303 British, as that was a very common caliber at the time for England, obviously with the Lee Enfields and such, this one right here is actually in .30-06, the American cartridge.
Oh!
A very
Okay, at least I got the last one right. Thank God.
popular round in the United States, not only for military use, but also for hunting. It's actually what the FBI used to kill Martin Luther King.
What?
I should be careful starting my call after this. The Lewis gun has 2 noticeable features.
Excuse me, fucking what?
One is this giant cooling shroud here. It's got a radiator around the barrel and it looks really fucking cool. The other is this pan magazine that sits on top here. It kind of rotates like so every round. It's actually open on the bottom. You probably saw that in some of the footage earlier.
I've seen it.
Super iconic. They came in both 47 and 97 round configurations. 97 is obviously it's a little thicker.
The big old women down in San Antonio.
You see those a lot more on like the anti-aircraft versions of the Lewis gun, stuff like that, where they had the big anti-aircraft sight, because it does actually get in the way of the iron sights. This one, of course, being a YouTube compliant 29 round magazine. The US military actually developed YouTube compliance 29 round magazines during World War II because they knew what YouTube's guidelines were going to be in 2025. Much like YouTube expects us to know. Anyway, to remove the magazine, we have this little spring here on the middle, right here. You get this little hole and a spring on the right side. You push in on that, and then the magazine just kind of comes off. This is where we see the markings here. This is a US Navy Lewis gun, 30 caliber, made in 1917.
Holy fuck.
You can tell it's Navy not only because it's marked USN up here, but it also on the bottom left has the little insignia of an anchor.
Cute.
Also by the fact that it likes plowing through men. Now something you might notice
in the Navy.
About the Lewis Pan magazines is that there's actually no spring of any kind. So the reason for that, and the way they can get away with that, is that if you pop this open, see it's completely empty now that there's no rounds. This is just a little aluminum housing that just helps keep track, or keep the rounds on track rather. The way they're able to get away with that is if we see here, it's entirely mechanical. The gun is what's rotating this drum while it fires.
What?
So I'm gonna take the charging handle here and you can see
oh my.
This whole mechanism here is what is advancing rounds into the chamber and then rotating the magazine while it fires. Which I will say is pretty fucking neat. You just line up this little tab here with this little cutout in the magazine, plop it down on top, pull your charging handle back, you see the pan rotate there, and you are hot and ready to fire. We'll go ahead and go into the manual of arms a little bit. So to insert the magazine or put the magazine on top, you have a little peg here right around this the cylinder on top. That matches up to the hole that's cut away here in the magazine. We'll go ahead and align those two. Put the magazine on top. It's really just an interesting design at the end of the day. It's like the Americans just looked at a Kodak projector and said, huh, I have an idea. Also, that joke doesn't really work because this came like 50 years before the Kodak. I have an idea. Also, that joke doesn't really work because this came like 50 years before the Kodak carousel, which is really a crazy thought. This is, of course, an open bolt like machine gun, so the bolt stays to the rear until you are ready to fire, where you pull the trigger, and then the bolt goes forward. Now you're killing, now you ain't. I bet you're wondering where the safety is on this gun.
It doesn't have...
Got a folding rear sight here, so this is your rear sight gun. Pussy. Got a folding rear sight here, so this is your rear sight aperture. Lines up your front sight at the end of the shroud here. Very, very comfortable gun to shoot, especially since it shoots 30-06.
Yeah.
Part of the reason of that is the weight of the gun. This is a very, very hefty firearm, but it also has a very unique operating system, which we'll get to here in a sec. ADD break. So just for a little bit of funsies, we're gonna be doing the patented White Claw penetration test. 3 in a line. They're charging over the trenches, but we have a Lewis gun. Surely this will end all wars.
Damn, it was so strong it fucked up the audio. Holy shit.
Well, I think we have watered Flanders Fields.
Huh. This cameraman is having the best time of his life.
Yeah, that'll do it. Multiple rounds of 30-06 versus White Claw. Who'da thunk it?
Yeah.
God, that is gnarly. So now we're gonna take this fucker apart to show you exactly how it works. And I will say Isaac Newton Lewis was on some bullshit, because this thing is fucking whack. That is not the kind of guy that would need to get a start in gunsmithing and weapons technology at SDI.edu using the links in the description and in the pinned comment, because my god, this guy was getting his inspiration from fever dreams. So we have a little tab here at the bottom. We're gonna go ahead and push that forward, and the stock is gonna rotate off. There we go. Our stock out here. I'm gonna go ahead and take our fire control group off. It just slides on this little rail here in the bottom.
What?
I'm gonna take this Hubba Bubba gum container off the bottom here. I'll talk about this later. And then we are able to take our bolt carrier our bolt and carrier out this way. Pull this to the rear. Get our charging handle, just pops out of that slot there. And now we have our slightly dirty bolt and carrier here. So this is obviously a piston design. So this is in the gun. You know, there's a gas block that pushes gas from the barrel into the end of this piston, which actuates the firearm. What is fucking different? Actually, there's a couple of things that are fucking different. This here is our bolt. Nothing really crazy on that one. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. Our firing pin is fixed in the bolt carrier. I guess that's what you call this. That's kind of neat. That's a new one for me. But you might also notice the serrations on the bottom of the bolt carrier.
Why?
Anyway, the reason this has these gear-like serrations on the bottom is because of the way the recoil spring works. You might notice we didn't take a recoil spring out of the back of the gun, like, for example, an AK or an AR-15 or most fucking guns. The reason for that is that the spring assembly on the Lewis is in this little Hubba Bubba motherfucker right here.
What?
This is your recoil spring. The teeth actually engage on this to wind the spring up and build tension. So when the trigger is pulled, it's released, slams back forward. If you showed me this design and I had no knowledge of the Lewis gun beforehand, and you said, oh, this is gonna be great and it's gonna work, I would say you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But I'll be damned. This is one of the more bizarre features I've ever seen on a firearm like this, and it's kind of wild that I don't think this has ever really been used again after that. But it is so fucking cool to see people, especially in this weird like steampunk, World War I era. Everybody's still figuring out the machine gun, the submachine gun. It's cool to see weird shit like this because there wasn't an accepted way to do stuff. You had some nerdy motherfucker from Pennsylvania cook this shit up in the basement and was like, hell yeah. Let's build millions of these. Anyway, putting this back in, I'm just gonna go ahead and roll that up there. It's a little hinge slot. Put our bolt and carrier back. Stick that in here, like so. This is a little dirty. She probably is, overdue for a date with the ultrasonic. Cam groove up top fits in like so. I'm gonna go ahead and put the charging handle back in that slot there. Take our fire control unit. Go ahead and put that in there. So now before we release this, we need to make sure that this is pulled all the way to the side so that the cam groove can appropriately fit. And we are good to go. Take our stock, put it back in that slot, rotate it back on, Add our drum magazine here. On top. And we are back, good and ready to kill Jerry's. If you thought this thing is at least half as cool as I did, and you want to see more historical machine guns and stuff like that, first of all, go ahead and subscribe. You'll probably like it around here. Second of all, let me know down in the comments what you'd like to see. I thoroughly enjoyed making this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I appreciate you staying all the way to the end. And as always, I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thanks.
Hop, hop, hop. There are bloopers. We are staying for the bloopers.
Anyhow, our charging handle is over here on the left side. This is, of course, an open bolt light machine gun. So the bolt stays... Oh, fuck me. Now, something you might notice... fuck. Now, something you might notice about the Lewis... Fuck. Also by the...
Yeah, the noise.
Fact that it likes plowing through... Also, it likes plowing through men. That's so stupid. Few war...
Thank you for the jokes, Sir Congressman Herrera. What a wonderful video. Brandon Herrera a month ago. I'm running for Congress again, and probably I will win. Brandon Herrera a week ago. I was in a terrorist manifesto. Yeah. Brandon Herrera 11 days ago. Look at this sick ass gun. And Brandon Herrera literally like a few days ago about Charlie, but now this doesn't work. Brandon Herrera now. Look at this sick ass gun. I want to thank YouTube for limiting our exposure to high-capacity magazines on their own forum. Because we all know that if you don't show us a thing, it magically ceases to exist. What? The Peaky Blinders storyline is kind of built on Tommy finding a crate of Lewis machine guns. I have no idea about it. Oh, fuck. Okay, let's do one more video. I know what video I want to watch. I was like keeping it off for a while. I just need to find the channel of the guy. Up. Here he is. Youth Pastor Ryan. And a video about one of the what wars has Bayer been part of? Oh yeah, we are talking about Bayer today. Hell yeah, boy. What war crimes has Bayer been a part of? Let's watch it. Hello there, I'm here. Oh, what's up, Dark? I am here. I just woke up. Isn't that like 2 AM for you? One hell of a good morning. And I am here finishing, like doing my last reaction video for today. Let's watch.
Hey Bear, what horrors have you done, buddy?
Oh yeah.
You know how people hate the big pharma? Yeah. Well, we might be like a big part of that. Oh no.
Yeah.
Have you ever found an 18...
I had a hectic, so I slept. Same. Like when I came back home, I immediately fell asleep for like 3 or 4 hours.
1963 by Friedrich Bayer and Friedrich Westcott. Wow, in the middle of the US Civil War?
I usually stay at night and sleep in the morning. You're a night owl, huh? Holy shit.
Ah, but we're Germans. We were just getting ready to fight Denmark over Schleswig. Yeah, no, that war that I was totally taught about in American school. It was actually the second war for Schleswig.
I don't know why you keep telling me about things I was educated about. Anyway, what did you do?
Well, bolts of the Friedrichs for dyers.
Oh, that is so dark. We call them executioners.
Dyers is since they made dyes for like clothes and stuff. It would be a minute before we started killing people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and fun fact, Friedrich Bayer actually changed his name from Bayer in his 20s because there was a fraudulent merchant in Leipzig who bore the same name. And he was like, oh yeah, one letter will do that. Yeah,
Seriously?
little did he know, but I bet there are some Bayers now that would happily change their name back to Bayer. Foreshadowing. Anyways, and Friedrich Bayer's son, Friedrich Bayer, became a chemist and joins the company in 1873.
Okay, yeah, got it. 2 bears, 1 company.
Not for long. Friedrich Bayer's father, Friedrich Bayer, died in 1880. Not to be confused with the shady dealer from Leipzig in the 1840s we all heard so much about.
Okay, and we're lost.
So Junior Bayer made it a joint stock.
You lost me. What were you talking about?
Company moves the location and adopted the Bayer cross we see today.
Wow, that's cool. When did they start making medicine?
The first drug we had was called acetylsalicylic acid, but you probably know it better as aspirin.
Your first shot on goal was aspirin?
Yeah, it turned out to be a real winner. In 2021, it was the 34th most commonly prescribed medications in the US, and it's on the WHO's list of essential medicines.
Wow, yeah, kind of nailed it the first time. What was next?
Also, a very popular drug, but not quite as well received today.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we made the female superhero drug.
What
did you make it for?
What?
It was the non-addictive substitute to morphine. Yeah, it was almost a counter treatment for pneumonia, tuberculosis, but also being a cough suppressant.
Yeah, if I took a hit of Heroish, I would also be having a hard time finding...
4 generations of Bayers have the same name. That is the thing. Oh. Alright. Damn.
The energy to cough. Yeah, as it turns out, not our best creation, but it can actually still be prescribed in the UK and sometimes other places.
Why? You learned nothing?
Yeah, Canada still uses it to treat opioid addiction. It's called HAT, which is actually pretty cute.
Huh, they're really trying to fight fire with fire.
Yeah, I assume it's pretty hard to be addicted to any...
By the way, I have a question. What German pharmaceutical company has made Pervitin, or whatever the name of it, which is like Pervitin, it's the fucking fuck. Pervitin, for those who don't know, Pervitin is the meth, basically. Literally meth.
Anything else if you're already addicted to diacetylmorphine. That's the fancy name for it.
Okay, tiebreaker. What's the third one?
Phenobarbital, which at first we just used as a sleep aid, but it also works as an anticonvulsant to prevent seizures and is a sedative for pre-op.
Wow, you guys either massively strike gold or...
What goes horrendously bad. Speaking of which, on to our next one. So Vulva 1 kicks off.
Oh no.
So we were like, wow, these trenches are really hard to get past. Whatever, gases.
You know, I actually found some great mainstream mangas in a not so mainstream site. Oh? It even allows you to download. For free or for money? That's the question. Alright.
That could remove all these enemy people.
Bayer came up with the gas, right? The deadly gas.
Oh, which ones?
Oh, just like the big ones, like chlorine, mustard, and phosgene. Deadliest gas the whole world.
For free. Hell yeah. DM me on Discord. Send the link in Discord, in private.
Responsible for 85% of all gas deaths.
Okay, what did it do to the humans?
Well, phosgene was colorless and had a delayed effect.
YouTube Reddit. Now these sites usually don't charge money for doujins. That's good.
Fact, meaning victims might not have known until their lungs started filling up with fluid, and that's how 91,000 people died.
Please say that last. Who spearheaded this?
Employed Fritz Haber, who was one of the most complex scientists of all time.
How?
Oh boy, so he was born in Prussia.
Ooh, pre-Russia?
No, it's like the wannabe Germany or something.
Okay, Prussia and Russia, 2 separate things.
Okay.
harsh? Yeah, just like Fritz's father. Nice guy, kind of, not really. He told Fritz to go back to university research as he had no place in the business world. Okay, more harsh. Yeah, and then he got back into academia, getting real sciencey with dye technology, electrochemistry, and thermodynamics.
Ah, yes, I understood those words.
He
Yeah, me
became a
too.
professor at Karlsruhe, and from 1894 to 1911, he developed the Haber-Bosch process, which is the catalytic formation of ammonia from hydrogen and atmospheric nitrogen.
I only know
What?
ammonia because Ron Perlman said it once in Pacific Rim.
It's hard for you, wasn't it? Now, why? We need to raise the bar. Ammonia is an inorganic chemical compound, a stable binary hydride, and the simplest pnictogen hydride.
I have no idea what those words are.
It's a colorless gas that helps makes the plants grow.
Dude, say that next.
Say that next time, please. I am a simple-minded creature. I am a gorilla with a human body. Explain stuff in monkey terms, for fuck's sake.
Time. Yeah, it was the precursor to fertilizers, and the Haber-Bosch process feeds 3.5 to 4 billion people today, around half the world. He won the Nobel Prize for it.
Whoa,
Nice.
how is that controversial?
Anyway, back to
Yeah, that was used for the many of gases. Sadly.
World War I. Oh, not again. So Fritz, along with the Germans, were like, wow, these trenches are really hard to get past.
Uh-huh.
And then Fritz was like, yeah, guys, what if we use the heavier than air chlorine gas to flush them out?
Oh, God.
And so it's the Second Battle of Ypres. The Germans released 171 tons of chlorine gas over 4 miles. And that was just the first release. Over the entire battle, there would be over 67,000 casualties. Oh, gosh. Yeah, and this was the first gas attack ever on April 22nd, 1915. So they had no defenses. The Allies would only receive gas masks in December.
Oh my gosh, you
God.
keep discovering new shades of darkness.
Oh man, this is just the warm-up.
Oh, I hate
Oh,
it.
yeah,
Anyways,
me
and
too.
Haber helped create gas masks with absorption filters to protect against the weapons he had also created.
Oh, yeah, of course, gotta do both.
And then he was an advisor for a special troop of gas soldiers, which included 3 different future Nobel laureates.
This
What?
is getting so weird.
Yeah, Haber was awarded for his military service, but also publicly criticized for his gas warfare.
Oh, yeah, he got the double-edged sword.
Yeah, but there's a criticism. He
Yep.
was like, we're all killing people, right? So a death is a death. Guns, shrapnel, gas. Why are we splitting hairs about this?
Okay, yeah, I see the incredibly dark point.
Anyway, after the war, Bayer had a ton of our patents and products seized by the US, Canada, and other people. We didn't even get the Bayer Cross back into 1994.
Wow, that is a minute.
Yeah, side note, during the war, this product was also Suramine, an anti-parasite drug that's still on the WHO list of essential medicines.
You guys either make essential medicines or, oh God, please don't touch this, don't you?
Anyways, then in the 1920s, Haber's Institute started working on an insecticide fumigant for the grain stores.
Okay, if the last one was good, what's this one?
Zyklon A.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then in 1925, Bayer joined with a little conglomerate called IG Farben.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, during this time, a group called the NSDAP, which I'm sure is an acronym for something.
Yeah.
It's just like the worst.
Yeah, they started targeting Jewish scientists.
Haber was Jewish?
Yes, that's the way he was born, but he converted to Christianity and had been a World War I war hero, so he was baffled that he was still ostracized.
Seriously?
God, you forget how many German World War I veterans were Jewish, and then they were either harassed or killed by the brown shirts.
Yeah, and so he resigned his...
Hello, Apex. Oh, what's up, Shell? How are you? I'm here reacting to a German scientist, apparently.
post and told all of his family and friends to leave the country in 1933. Ended up passing away in Switzerland in 1934.
Oh, thank goodness. At least he made it out.
Yeah, but the darkness does not stop there. You see, his work was later used by Bayer without his involvement or permission to create Zyklon B.
God damn it. How's going in? Doing good? Yeah, I'm doing well. Like, doing reaction stuff. This is the last reaction video for today. At least. Probably there will be an HLC video tomorrow that I will have to react to. See what? On Discord? Give me a moment. I am unstoppable. Seriously? Wait, what? Dark, what are you talking about? If you are an unstoppable weep, then sure, you are. No? No, you channel, bro. Seriously? The channel is doing fine. I said the darkness does not stop. Alright.
Which led to the deaths of so many.
Oh, this is just so freaking dark, man.
Ah, that is why.
Check stream. What are you? My stream, I mean. Give me a second. Go to channel. Okay, what is going on? The video, it said the darkness does not stop. Ah! God fucking damn it. Holy shit. Dude, are you in a village?
What in the bumbleclot? Oh.
Hold the fucking minute. Are you in a fucking toilet? Are you in a bathroom? Holy fucking shit, Shell. Shell, man. Well, that is dark.
Haba is known as the man who killed millions and saved billions.
Okay, yeah, but that last part was made without his involvement. That's like blaming the guy who made the wheel for tanks.
Well, if you're looking for a more direct correlation to death,
Maybe.
Bayev was totally an IG Farben.
I wasn't. This isn't the direction I meant.
Well, we're going there anyway.
I'm mother as well. Oh. How dark are you?
Okay, but the last one was a bad one, so what's the good one?
Oh, yeah, fine. In the 1930s, Bayer's Institute of Pathology and Bacteriology discovered Prontosil, the first commercially available antibacterial. That's right. Suck it, penicillin.
Wow, you guys really can't stop oscillating good to bad, can you?
Yeah, and Van Dormack won the Nobel Prize in Medicine for it, but the NSDAP forced him to give it back after the Nobel Peace Prize was given to a German pacifist earlier.
It's not even the same award.
Seriously?
What a dick move.
That's what you're getting hung up on that they did?
Oh, we just haven't gotten to the other stuff yet, and I hadn't heard about that one.
Okay, fine. Can we have an evil one now?
Why were you guys on such good terms with little mustache friends?
What? How dare you? We once had a falling out with him.
How?
Well, one of our managing board members may have been a big fan and joined early.
Okay, not seeing the against.
But then the little mustache man got really mad at him when he started aggressively campaigning against Hermann Göring.
For his addiction, his erratic behavior, his complete lack of education on anything he was put in charge of, his creation of the
Stop! Oh, none of that.
Well, gonna get back to stream. Join if you want. Maybe later, maybe not. I will probably go to sleep. It's like 11:40 at this point.
What? He really didn't like this new laws that ban testing on animals. Like, dude, we need that.
The literal only thing that could be a good takeaway, and you fought against it.
Look, we tried to do good. No, we may have been evil.
Please, do tell.
IG Farben then encouraged mandatory workers in focus camps in Poland.
Is it the most famous one in Poland?
It's the most famous one in Poland. Good lord!
Nice.
Anyway, at least half of our 330,000 workforce consisted of not-so-chosen labor.
I'm sure this led to a lot of injury and death.
Yeah, but don't worry. Bayer employed Helmut Werther, the multiple S captain and camp physician.
Well, that's not...
Wait. An SS captain.
He wasn't healing, was he? He was experimenting.
Well, how else were you supposed to try out the new medications? And you could just buy in bulk from the focus camp.
The Japanese liked it.
I feel ill.
Well, don't go to our doctors. Es tut mir leid. Did I mention that our doctors were deliberately infecting people with, like, all the things?
Who was running this?
Oh, that would be Fritz Demir. He was on the board of IG Farben from 1925 to 1945, and even had negotiated between IG Farben and Standard Oil.
Great.
What?
Rockefeller selling to the Germans. Evil crossover.
Zelia produced Tarbid, which was a nerve agent, plans the focus camps, visits the factories, even buns a nice cross of War Merit Cross.
Why does it say cross twice?
I don't know. Then we continue making all the things through us or our subsidiary. If you can think of a bad thing, oh boy, we did that.
Did anybody get punished for this?
But Fritz Demir was sentenced to 7 years in prison for, you know, those countless deaths he participated in.
7 years?
Yeah, I said
Seriously? Shell wants to call up. Alright.
A man who was Stormfuhrer in the SA and was personally involved in financing Joseph Mengelé's medical experiments on twins.
What happened
to
him?
I've committed. He just had no idea why that focus camp was using 10 times the normal amount of Zyklon B.
Seriously? Acquitted? On the Nürburgring trials? Seriously? At least tell me he was then transported to US.
So he worked for the company and his job was to scrutinize the accounts.
How?
Look, it's okay. IG Farben was broken up after the war.
Then how do you exist?
Oh, by 1955 we were back, baby, and people didn't like us. But we were like, shouldn't we let bygones be bygones?
Huh. 6 years for 6 million, eh?
Well, yeah, that's
More like 11, but whatever.
the math we thought was right. And once back in
And I'm not talking about only the Jews, I was talking about everybody. The 11 million, it's overall amount.
we hired back all our old friends.
What?
What?
Yeah, Jameer came back onto Buyer's Board and Man came back as a sales rep.
You hired back the people that had previously helped you commit a war crime and no.
What? I mean, he's playing old as NFS Carbon. Don't talk badly about Carbon. First of all, it brought back old memories of playing Carbon with my older sister. Oh, nice. But do not call Carbon old as NFS. Remember that.
Nobody had a problem with that.
I mean, some people did, but we settled out of court in 1999.
Wait, what about Horling, the guy that loves little mustaches but hates animals?
He was also acquitted.
What?
Which is crazy because the guy really loved nerve agents and would receive detailed reports from the Helmut Vetter guy.
Let me guess, he then just
joined back on the board of Bayer.
I hate
What?
this. What about Vetter?
Oh, that guy took a long drop by a short rope.
Finally!
Gosh, what is up with the bloodlust?
Sorry to offend you. You're right. It is old though. But old but gold. Yes.
Are you f***ing kidding me?
Look, we weren't the only ones who hired them. I mean, look at Otto Ambrose. He oversaw the labor and was awarded a nice double cross, and Dow Chemicals hired him afterwards.
Oh, for
fuck's sake.
Yeah, Woodfish worked in the Polish camp. Served 6 years and then worked for Deutsche Gasoline. Gajewski, ironic name because he turned on every Jewish person he got a chance to, committed, and he started a company that quickly won an award from the best German government. Even though almost didn't join the party.
Because of the horrificness?
What?
Nine, because Goebbels said the Rotary Club didn't work with the NSDAP, and Ilner really liked it. Because it was about providing services, you know, promoting integrity, peace, goodwill, understanding, and peace through business professionals and community leaders.
Oh, let me guess. He got over it.
Oh boy, did he get over it. He played a role in annexing the Sudetenland at dismembering Czechoslovakia, and was super buds with Hermann Göring.
And let me guess, he received no punishment.
Nine, not really. He was released in 1948 where he said he had converted to Christianity and then went to become a missionary.
I'm gonna guess that was
Seriously?
short-lived.
Oh yeah, he very quickly dropped that and became a political lobbyist. In 1955, he was appointed to the board of a chemical company.
Was anyone really punished?
Not really. I mean, I can keep going and going and going.
For fuck's
this has
sake.
been long, and I'm so sad. Can we just speed run the rest?
Can do. Okay, it's the 1980s. We had all this blood clotting treatment, but it got contaminated with HIV.
Okay, so you lost money and had to dispose of it?
Nine. We sold it anyway, infecting people in the US, France, Japan, and other places with HIV
What?
and hepatitis C.
Oh my god, and then you stopped?
Nice. Then we figured out how to heat treat to make it safe. But we just kept selling the unsafe stuff in Asia and Latin America, because they're like people, but not really.
For fuck's sake, what the fuck?
Oh, come on, man.
After 9/11, we price gouged C-Pros, the anti-anthrax antibiotic, or cholesterol drug.
I mean, that is actually one of the better cases. Are you fucking kidding me?
Recall led to over 50 deaths and muscle wasting, and we have to pay $1 billion to settle.
Dude, why do you keep doing this stuff?
Habit, I guess. I mean, we have done some illegal lobbying in Germany and the EU, illegal surveillance of critics, continuing to sell clearly damaging pesticides to developing countries. E-Shurs, the sterilization device, led to
and killers were the first to be conscripted as Templars during the Crusades. Oh, no wonder they were so fucked up. Oh. Shit.
a bunch of injuries and the blood clots and strokes from the birth control Yaz.
Is that it?
Never. We had to pay $775 million in a settlement because we didn't disclose the bleeding risks of our blood sinner, Xarelto. But like, come on. Why did you see the blood sinner did?
Honestly, and I hate you, fair.
And then we acquired everyone's favorite and most loved company, Monsanto.
Why would you do that?
Excellent question. It came with a lot of lawsuits and issues, but we now dominate the ag tech market. They were so bad, we actually merged to discontinue the Monsanto name and replaced it with a much better and trusted name from history. Bayer.
They were so terrible that you decided to discontinue their name instead of Bayer?
Yeah.
What the hell did they do?
I had no idea that Bayer was so fucking evil and is still so fucking evil. To be honest, thank God we don't have really Bayer in Israel. At least the majority of our pharmaceuticals is not Bayer. Papacy is not religion. It is using the name of God of Thunder, selfish agendas. Papacy is not religion. It is using the name of God, to further selfish agendas. Holy fucking shit! Can't wait for the Monsanto video. His non-hat character is in for a treat. Holy shit! When the youth pastors were in a video, you know it's bad. Holy shit. By the way, he's not really a youth pastor, he's just looking like one. But really. Ryan is a happy guy that doesn't have suicidal ideas. Yeah, one of the most depressing parts of World War II history is realizing how many of the people responsible were never punished. Indeed. I got an ad for Bayer when I opened the video notification. Holy fuck! That's fucking insane. Fuck. Most of the criminals who were forgiven by church in history were forgiven because of papacy. You mean just because they I believe in God now, they were forgiven for that? Seriously? Fuck! Okay. Okay. I had enough for today. I have to go to sleep. It's 11:50 now. I need to grind a little in Vuva. No? They weren't. It's the church as an... Hold up a second. It's the church as an administrative unit, not as a religious unit. Papacy is administrative church. Not religious church. I don't want to really talk about this. Everything is fucked up. The end. Alright, I need to go to sleep now. I'm fucking tired, man. I hope I can sleep because at the beginning of the stream I took an entire can of White Monster. Well, let's see how it will go. Okay, I need now to go to sleep, to grind a little bit in the WoW. And I will also stream tomorrow. I will finish the run and maybe I will do a little bit more reaction stuff if HLC will release a video tomorrow. Whatever. And after I finish the run, Dark, we're going for Halo 3. Energy drinks don't work on me anymore. Damn. How many caffeine were you drinking in your youth? I need black coffee with a little bit of vodka and brandy. Or brandy. Black coffee with a seat of vodka? Really? I would understand if you added like black coffee and sugar, but vodka? Seriously? Okay, I need to go. But tomorrow, Need for Speed the Run and a little bit reactions. After that, Halo 3 and Tark were playing together. Most likely. Are you ready for that? For the fuck. What came out? Soda Singularity, yeah. Halo 3, Soda Singularity. That happens when you grind your best to become the top of the batch in uni. Holy shit. Yes. Let's play Halo. Hell yeah! But that one will be probably on Monday. Okay. I will finally go to sleep now. I will finally go to sleep now. Good night. Bow.